The following is a presentation of Bourne Braves Baseball, the 2009 Cape Cod League champions.
The 2021 season was a year of unprecedented success for the Bourne Braves.
Swing and a miss, strike three, and the Bourne Braves are off to a perfect 5-0 start in 2021.
Oh my goodness, the Braves do it again! Win number 20 in the most dramatic fashion.
0-1 and Wallace sends a drive into left field. The Braves have won it!
After a 24-9-3 regular season earned the Bravos the President's Trophy, the Braves battled all the way to the CCBL Championship Series.
Swing and a miss! For the first time since 2017, the Bourne Braves punched their ticket to the big dance.
But the team came up just 2 games short.
Brewster defeats Bourne in the championship series of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Now, as the calendar flips to 2022, a slew of fresh faces come to Doran Park, including the man in charge.
The Bourne Braves have hired Scott Landers as the team's new field manager.
And with him comes just one returning star.
Smacked into right center, that's going to get down. The 4th RBI for Joshua Moylan.
But that doesn't mean the Braves aren't loaded from top to bottom.
This one taken high and deep to left. Is that going to get out of here? Jumping up, it's gone!
And swings, broken bat, lofted into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Swing and a miss, strike three.
It's a brand new full season of Bourne Braves baseball, and it starts right now.
Just a week after an 18-run explosion, the Bourne Braves return to Hyannis to take on the Harbor Hawks in the midst of a tight race atop of the Western Division. The Braves, of course, trailing Hyannis for second by 6 points. Max Tanzer joined alongside Calvin Christopher. We have a fantastic ball game brewing for you tonight as we are just about ready to say play ball. But before we talk about tonight, let's flash back to last night, a tough 2-1 loss against the Brewster Whitecaps for the Braves, in which they really could not get their offense going.
Yeah, really a struggle all night long. Just 2 hits through 9 innings of work. And if you compare that to the last time the Braves were at Doran Park, they had only 1 through 8 innings. So it's really been a struggle, particularly hitting at home. But the game between those two was that 12-hit performance, I should say, at Falmouth, where the Braves only scored 3 runs. So the offense, after this 18-run outburst at this ballpark, has slowed down a little bit.
Absolutely. The 2 hits yesterday, like you touched on, they're now 9 for their last 37 with runners in scoring position as well. After hitting at a .420 clip for a stretch of 4 games with the 18-12 victory against these Harbor Hawks right in the middle of that. Of course, you could argue that maybe boosted those numbers just a little bit here, but the Braves are going to look to try and get those bats going again here because down the stretch they still have an opportunity not to just catch the Harbor Hawks, but the Kettleers moving forward with just about 12 games to go. Again, this is 32 of 44. On the mound for the Bravos tonight is going to be the right-hander, Cade Boxrucker, who was very good in his last outing against Katuitt.
Yeah, he really battled through 4 innings of work. Had a couple of innings where his back was against the wall, but went through the tough patches with his head held high and got out of there allowing no runs across 4 innings. Will have to be on his game once again tonight because this is a Harbor Hawks lineup that is really seeing the ball well. A 15-run outburst on Friday night against Wareham and then 9 runs last night in the win over Orleans. So they are seeing a beach ball up there. Boxrucker definitely has to be on his A game tonight.
Absolutely, and for a team that mostly plays small ball, again, likes to steal bases, we saw them drop down a couple of bunts and make some first and third trickery the last time we were here at McKeon Park. Has found the long ball a little bit. 4 homers over the last 2 nights. You said it, 24 runs combined in those 2 contests. That's all for us here in the pregame show, but make sure to stay tuned. We got the fastest 15 minutes in baseball with Ethan Frank and Mac Friday before the Bravos right after this.
Missed the biggest part of the game? Don't worry, the Bravos have you covered. Catch the call of the game on the Braves Twitter at Bourne Braves to hear the night's biggest moment. From big-time strikeouts to crazy web gems, game-winning home runs, and more, whether you hear it for the first time or you just want to relive the magic, the call of the game will bring back the best moment from the night that was.
Free. It's a word you don't hear often, but it's the only word in the Cape Cod League. Every single game on the Cape is free, which means you can bring the entire family, extended family, and the extended family for no charge at Doran Park or to any other game on the Cape. Catch the best collegiate summer league in the nation for absolutely no charge all summer long.
Cape Cod League Baseball is back on the New England Sports Network in 2022. Nesson will feature 5 Cape League games on its airwaves this season, the first of which comes on June 30th when the Braves take on the Falmouth Commodores, and then the Nesson crew comes to Doran Park on July 21st when the Braves host the Wareham Gatemen. All Cape League games on Nesson start at 7, and the station will also feature the league's All-Star Game. It's the best summer baseball in the nation, and it's live on the same station as the Boston Red Sox all summer long.
First pitch is right around the corner. Now back to Before the Bravos, the official Bourne Braves pregame show.
Welcome to Before the Bravos. We're back at McKeon Park for the third time in just a span of a week and a half. Mac, Sunday, how are you?
Pretty good. It's a little bit sticky out here today.
I would say one might say muggy.
Yeah.
One might say mucky. One might say maybe a little too damp or moist. I don't know. One of those words.
Muggy
it's
plus
just,
muggy
this
plus
breeze
sticky
feels terrific,
equals
though.
mucky.
This breeze though feels terrific. That's blowing out to center field right now.
I'm loving this coastal breeze from Hyannis. It's really, really making it a whole lot better.
Okay, enough about the weather. Let's talk about baseball. The Braves, a really tough night at the plate last night. Just 2 hits against a Brewster team that has now taken them down 3 times out of 4 games this regular season. But Bourne has an opportunity to bounce back tonight at a place where they have had some magical moments. I talked about it on our pregame edition of Tomahawk Talk, how just 8 days ago, an 11-run top of the 9th inning, a very impressive performance by the Braves to rally from being down 6 runs early in that one and just showed no quit. We'll see if the results are any different tonight. If there's another 11-run inning, I don't know what I'll do with myself. It would be pretty crazy.
We'll be here all night.
Yeah, it would be one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. But what are you expecting to see tonight from a Braves team that could really use a bounce back, specifically offensively tonight?
Well, first, let me preface this. When I showed up to McKeon Park, I felt like I was returning to a scene of the crime. It was like I felt like there should be caution tape around the dugout here on the first base line. Nonetheless, good to be back here. Honestly, you just got to keep on chugging. You got to keep on working. Scott Landers has said that this is kind of the period of time where guys start to get tired, and you have to get through that period of being tired. You got to get to this off day. Once you get to the off day, you can rest and got to get through and find a way to manufacture some offense, especially on a night where the Bravos just got 2 hits and barely etched a run across on a broken bat RBI single.
Yeah, exactly. I think that means I think that fatigue aspect is something that really rings true, because Monday, your only off day in the span of the past 2 weeks, was it really even an off day? You had to wake up early. You had to take a bus all the way up to Boston to go to Fenway. Then you had to work out. I don't know if you would say there was a lot of pressure, but obviously you're feeling some sort of nerves. Hitting and running and shagging fly balls on the field at Fenway Park. And then you have to get right back into it and play another 6 days in a row.
Absolutely.
So
it was not an off day.
No, it was not an off day.
It was not. And it wasn't an off day for us either, standing out there in the heat in our Braves
When do we ever
polos.
off? When do we ever off?
We're not off. But that's not important because we don't play baseball. So the Bravos, that's not really an off day. So this is a long stretch of games. You got to try to enjoy this off day before it comes up. But you can't quit. You can't really just back out on this opportunity, especially in a valuable opportunity to pick up West Division points tonight against Hyannis, who you trail in the standings.
Absolutely, indeed. Tonight should be a good night for offense, maybe for Bourne, but not for Hyannis with Cade Boxrucker on the mound. Our Braves player of the game last Sunday, his last start went 4 shutout innings, his best start of the season against a West Division rival, a big win over Katuitt, and looking to do the same today just on the road against Hyannis.
Absolutely. Box is kind of a guy who can be up and he can be down depending on his day. So last time we saw him, it was his day. He had a tremendous start. He wasn't really pushing too hard. We've seen him become wild at times when he gets in his own head, he tries a little bit too hard. His command lacks and overall just really struggles. But that last start was great. He seems absolutely locked in today. I talked to Ty Cummings about him being an all-star, and he told me that Cade told him about him being an all-star and then quickly hung up the phone and moved on because he was getting ready to start today. So there was that quick little mention, and then he was walking around with his AirPods in the dugout all the way up and down the first base line towards the bullpen. I think this is a box day. He's ready to go.
I guess that's better than being a cart day.
Yeah.
Hot. Okay. So we mentioned box. How about who could come in the game after box? What do you see being the plan tonight for the Braves pitching and Coach Scott Landers?
I think today could be a Will Sandy kind of day, a Cameron Bye kind of day. We saw Ty go yesterday, so not expecting to see him come out of the pen. I still actually need to see the sheet on who's hot, who's not. But you could probably see Cameron Bye today. You could probably see Will Sandy as well.
Yeah, I could tell you who's hot. That's the Braves' 5 all-stars this season. 2 starters, Matt Shaw at second base, Evan Slight in the outfield, and then you've got reserves in Chris Brito and pitchers Seth Keener and Ty Cummings, just like you mentioned. What can you tell us about the seasons these guys are having, Matt?
So I got some statistical numbers overall, and without a doubt, Matt Shaw, you got to start with him. One of the best hitters on the Cape, top guy in batting average, 344 batting average, a 972 OPS, 32 hits, 4 home runs, 16 ribbies. A really, really tremendous season from him, and we've seen also some really solid defensive prowess as well. He always wows whoever is on the field, whoever is watching the game. He's a tremendous piece for the Braves. And then Evan Slight, Week 4 Player of the Week on the Cape in the West. 315 average, 23 hits, 3 home runs, 8 ribbies. Really impressive turnaround from him. After a struggling start, he has really turned it up and done an excellent job. And then we got to talk about the reserves, too. Chris Brito, the leader in exit velocity across the Cape, 228 average, 3 home runs, 16 RBI, but those 20 walks. He's a tremendous hitter.
He has double the closest person to him in walks.
There you go. Pretty impressive.
He has double that.
He has an incredible eye at the plate, and not to mention nearly an 800 OPS. And then we get to the pitchers. Ty Cummings, the best reliever on this Braves staff in this Braves bullpen, 6.1 ERA, .61 ERA for that, 14 2/3 innings, 15 strikeouts, a 245 opposing batting average. Pretty good whip, too, 1230 whip, as well as Seth Keener, a 236 ERA, the best hybrid starter kind of guy between a starter and a reliever. He's been tremendous. And then with 19 innings pitched, all of his outings have been fantastic over the last 3 or 4 times. 206 opposing batting average, 14 hits, 15 strikeouts. He is just on an absolute roll. Both of those guys were on temp contracts coming into the season. I talked to them today about being an all-star. They weren't thinking about being all-stars. They just wanted to be permanent guys. They just wanted to find a way to stick around beyond 2 weeks. So they were surprised. They were honored. They were blessed to get those honors in terms of being named an all-star.
Absolutely, indeed. All-Star Weekend sure will be special. The game is on Saturday. The Home Run Derby preludes that before that game is out in Wareham, somewhere we've been a couple of times. But, Mac, I've got an interesting question because I'm a little bit concerned about the Braves right now because next week you play 4 straight games at home. And this team has not scored a lot of runs at home. So tonight is your last road game for at least a week because you have the All-Star break between the next time this team will play a game on the road. Actually going to play at Polar Park out in Worcester before you play another true road game.
Really excited for that one.
Very excited for that. That should be very cool. But do you think there's any pressure on this Braves offense tonight to score, knowing that this is the last chance you'll have to maybe do anything away from Doran Park? You know, I was catching up with Chris Brito in the dugout. They love to talk about in the dugout how fly balls just die at Doran Park.
Yep. And
do not carry at all unless you absolutely tarpoon the ball like Mac Horvath did on that grand slam the other night. But Brito said, we're playing on the road. There's a chance I hit a home run tonight. If we're playing at Doran, no chance just because of the way the ball carries there. So maybe this is a night where the Braves offense has a little more pressure because you're like, okay, I know I could score here compared to when you're playing 4 straight games Tuesday through Friday at home next week.
I think that's a possibility, but also I think it's more focused on the task at hand. You're just trying to win. I think you're not really worried too much about the next 4 games, you're worried about the game at hand. And I talked to a couple of guys over the past couple of days about that. I believe it was Wyatt Hensler who gave a really good interview, and he's not trying to worry too much about the next thing or the past thing. It's the thing in the present, and that's kind of the vibes I got from Evan Slight as well. Guys who are just focusing on the now rather than the past, rather than the future. So that's really the key today. Focus on the now. Take it 1 pitch at a time instead of 3 pitches at a time. Hunter Furtado said that.
I was about to say
interview.
that's exactly what Hunter Furtado said yesterday.
That is what Hunter Furtado said. So I think it's a matter of take it 1 pitch at a time, 1 hit at a time, 1 at-bat at a time, 1 inning at a time, rather than 1 game and then worrying about a 4-game home stretch. You'll get to Doran and figure it out when you're there. Right now, you're at McKeon Park in Hyannis, and you got to take care of business.
That is true. That is exactly where we are. That is all for Before the Bravos today. From Mac, I'm Ethan, signing off until Tuesday, where we'll be back at Doran Park. Enjoy the game with Calvin and Max.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50/50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bournebraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Bourne Braves, or head to @BourneBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BourneBraves and use the hashtag Player of the Game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third baseline, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Cape Cod League Baseball is live. The Bourne Braves are in action.
We've got a good one here tonight at McKeon Park as the Bourne Braves travel to Hyannis to take on the Harbor Hawks for the second time in just the span of 8 days. Max Tansdrud alongside Calvin Cristoforo. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight as the Braves look to gain ground on the Harbor Hawks, who they trail 6 points behind for second place in the West, and of course Katuitt as well, who they trail by 7 points. It's getting tight down the stretch here. This game 32 of 44. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. That'll be sent out by manager Scott Landers for the Braves. Leading things off at third base will be Bryce Zeppelin, followed by Matt Horvath in center field. Matt Shaw, the second baseman, will hit third. Cleaning up will be Evan Slight, your DH. Chris Brito at first will bat fifth. Carson Jones will follow things up in right field. John Peck, who was the hero back last Saturday here in Hyannis, will bat seventh at shortstop. Tomas Frick, the catcher, will hit eighth. And Ryan Enos, the left fielder in his Braves debut, will round out the nine against a familiar face for the Braves. They saw him just about a week ago. Right-hander Jay Driver on the mound here for Hyannis.
And can you believe it? If I told you another Harvard pitcher was thrown against the Braves, it feels like every single night the Bravos face a guy from Cambridge. But Driver against the Bravos, this is his third appearance of the season. 3 2/3 innings of work against the Braves and has allowed 6 hits and 2 earned runs during that stretch. So the Bravos have seen this guy well. A little bit of a clunky sidewinding motion you're going to see from him. He's not going to blow you away, so a guy hopefully the Braves can get for a third time tonight, because we both know the Bravos bats need something to re-crack the egg that we both thought was opened up when they dropped 18 here last weekend.
The Braves just 2 hits yesterday, left 7 runners on base as well, make that 6. Had 9 total base runners in total. 7 of those from walks. Again, had plenty of opportunities. The 1 run coming in was on a broken back ground ball, pinch hit RBI single off the bat of Chris Brito. They were not able to take advantage of a Brewster offense that has been struggling mightily over the last couple of weeks. So they have an opportunity to do some damage here tonight, however. But the Harbor Hawks, a tough team to face right now, as they have scored 24 runs over their last 2 games, most recently beating Orleans 9-1 yesterday. We're just about ready to say play ball on a gorgeous evening here in Hyannis, just about 82 degrees. Sunny skies ahead, a couple of clouds on the horizon, but that should not dampen the mood here at the ballpark, as there is a packed house here on this Sunday night at McKeon Park. So here comes Bryce Eblin to the plate to lead things off against Driver. As Calvin mentioned, Driver has pieced together 2 outings against the Braves so far this year. His last outing was on Saturday, that 18-run victory for the Braves, where he struck out 5 of the 13 batters he faced. Eblin Dixon to the left-hander's batter's box. We're ready to go. Here's Driver's first pitch. Fastball runs outside. 1-0 the count. For the Braves, they're navy blue tops, gray bottoms with the navy blue socks. For Hyannis, they're classic white home jerseys with the orange pinstripes and orange text across the chest. 1-0. Swinging a soft looper, shallow left field. Rocco Pepe racing, and he's going to have to play this on a hop, so a hit for Bryce Eblin. That gets things started here for the Braves as he just dunks it into shallow left center field. He's now 6 for 14 against the Harbor Hawks this year. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense tonight that will play behind Jay Driver this evening. Left to right in the outfield, Rocco Pepe, Cole McConnell, and Michael Sirota. Mitch Jebb at the hot corner over at third. Dominic Patelli and Rico Nishida up the middle. Philip Matulia at first base, and George Corona will do the catching tonight. So Eblin takes his lead at first base. Scoreless just getting underway. Here comes Matt Horvath to the dish. First pitch from Driver is a fastball that cruises over the knees on the outside corner for strike 1, 0-1. Horvath 4 for 19 on the year now. 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Was 0 for 2 yesterday with a couple of walks. Eblin with great speed over there at first. Here's the 0-1. Misses upstairs. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Horvath has proven he can hit the fastball. A couple of home runs earlier this week. The walk-off grand slam against Chatham. And then a 2-run shot against Falmouth over at Gov Fuller Field. Got the 3-0 green light and launched it over the wall into the trees in deep left center. There goes Eblin, 1-1. His pop foul straight back. Hit and run on right there, as Eblin will have to head back to first base. Count moves to 1-2. What will be interesting for Driver tonight is that this is just his 3rd start at the collegiate level if you include summer ball. And the NECBL last year had 2 starts, but none of his outings at Harvard this season were a start. In fact, 15 games was a high-leverage relief guy for them.
And that's why I think he is an opener tonight. I don't think you're going to see him for more than 1 or 2 innings. Hyannis already has a guy working in the bullpen. That's Connor O'Halloran, who pitched against the Braves last time they were here as well. He was really roughed up, gave up 5 earned runs in just a third of an inning. So he's getting loose down in that Hyannis bullpen. A couple guys getting loose. I don't think that Driver's going to hang around for long.
Here's the 1-2. Swinging a soft tapper to third, charging his Jeb, plays in the long hop, will step across and throw to first. It's over the head of Matulia, and it rolls off the back wall behind the first base side. Heading for third is Eblin. He's going to get the wave around. Here's the throw to the plate. It'll be cut off as Eblin comes in sliding head first. Into second goes Horvath as the Braves take advantage of some defensive miscues here early on. It's 1-0 here in the top of the first inning.
And that retaining wall over behind first base does not come for a long time. It's Oakland Coliseum-esque the way it jets out into that corner. Bryce Eblin, who is not running on the pitch, scored easily without a play from first base. Matt Horvath missed the first base bag his first time through, had to come back and tag it and still walk to second base. That time Jeb was just caught in between of, can I throw this to second? No, last second switch, I'm going to first. And then he sailed it high.
So 1-0 Braves your score here. Still nobody out as Horvath with good speed takes his lead at second base. Here's Matt Shaw here for his first plate appearance of tonight. First pitch. Swinging a pop-up first base sign and foul. 0-1. Earlier today, Shaw was named one of 5 All-Star representatives for the West coming from the Braves. Matt Shaw, Evan Slight, Chris Brito, Seth Keener, and Ty Cummings, the 5 for the Bravos. Hyannis also with 7 this year. So good representation from these 2 clubs for the West. 0-1. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Shaw falls behind at 0-2. I think it was a pretty easy pick to slot Shaw into the All-Star game this year, leading the league in hitting at .344, 4 homers, 16 RBIs.
I'd say it was a simple choice.
Evan Slate on deck, another All-Star for the Braves this year. 0-2. Fastball taken upstairs. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You get an all-star sandwich here. 3 in a row. 3, 4, 5. The meat of this Braves order. All will be representing the West Division in Wareham on Saturday.
1-0 Braves your score here, aided by the E5 from Jeb. That's the 25th error charge to this Hyannis defense this year. Came in with the second least in the league. So the next pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Foul tip held on by Corona behind the plate. A strikeout for Driver, his first of the night, as that brings up Evan Slight to the dish with 1 down.
Evan Slight.
Slight extended his on-base streak to 16 games last night after a walk in what was his 3rd at-bat that came back in the 7th inning. It's cooled off just a bit. 4 for his last 18, but entering today, 2nd in the league in hitting behind Matt Shaw at a .315 clip. Just qualified with his plate appearances last night. First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0. For Slight, it took some time. Again, you need 2.7 plate appearances for the amount of games that your team has played. So here in game 31, I should say 31 going on 32 tonight, Shaw finds himself finally on those leaderboards. Horvath takes his lead from second. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a tapper to the right side, softly hit Nishida will pick it up, and it glances off his glove, rolls towards his left. Everybody's safe. More than likely will be an infield single for Evan Slight, as Nishida had to run a long way. Runners at the corners here with 1 down.
And Nishida took a really weird track to that baseball. They're going to give a hit to Slight here. But Nishida has 8 errors by himself at second base this season, so he's been making a couple of blunders. That one should have been an easy play on the run. Slight is not the fastest guy in this Braves roster, but the track he took to was just weird on the jump. Really never squared it up, and he let the ball play him, and it trickled under his glove. So 2 misplays by Hyannis here on the top of the first inning, an opportunity for the Braves to take advantage.
And here comes Chris Brito to the plate here. Driver, who has a lot of sink on that fastball, would love to get a double play ball to get out of this inning. Meanwhile, Brito trying to elevate something right here to give the Braves their 2nd run of the night. Slight over at first now. Horvath over at 3rd. Brito 1 for 1 as a pinch hitter yesterday with a broken bat RBI single up the middle. Here's Driver's first pitch. Breaking ball bends in over the plate for strike 1, outside corner. 0-1 the count.
And one of the ironic things of the Braves scoring 18 runs on Hyannis the last time these 2 teams played here was the fact that the Bravos had just 3 combined runs against the Harbor Hawks on the first 3 matchups of the season.
Check over to first base, getting back in safely was Slight, and I mean, that 1-1 tie heavily juxtaposes that 18-run performance in which the Harbor Hawks were able to put up double-digit runs themselves. In fact, that was the 2nd time they had pieced together 10 or more. Also against Wareham, both of those losses, however. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Brito went after one at the top of the zone. 0-2 the count. And then meanwhile, you look past this past week, 9 runs yesterday, and then 15 runs a couple nights ago as well against Wareham. So they finally got that win while striking the double digits on the scoreboard column. Not a 15-1 win, which just catapulted their run differential, if that's your thing now, at plus 39, which is 21 points higher than Katuitt, who they trail by 1 point for first. Another move to first base. Evan Slight will get back in safely. So 1-0 Braves your score here. 1 down, top of the first inning, just getting underway here at McKeon Park. Run coming in on the E5 from Horvath. Make that from Jeb off the bat of Horvath that allowed Eblin to score. 0-2. Fastball on the outside corner, rings Brito up for strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for Driver comes in a big spot as that holds runners at the corners, at least for now, with 2 down.
Yeah, really big pitch there in a really big spot like you mentioned. And if Driver is able to get out of this inning only allowing a single run, you got to give the guy a ton of credit after his defense did him no favors. Already 1 unearned run is cross home plate. Trying to make sure a second doesn't.
So here's Carson Jones, 6 for 24 in the year now, a homer and 5 RBIs. The first pitch is a fastball taken down and in for ball 1. After getting off to just such a rapid start, is now 0 for his last 9. Was 0 for 3 yesterday with a strikeout.
But much like I'm batting 1,000 at Hadlock Field in Portland, Maine, he is batting 1,000 here at McKeon Park, 2 for 2 with those 2 9-inning hits, one of them a home run over the scoreboard.
1-0 is down and in. Hitters count for Jones at 2 balls and no strikes. And he pinch hit in that 9th inning. Picked up an infield RBI single to score Peck from third to give the Braves the lead. And at that point, the Braves thought, all right, we have the lead now. Good news. Moving forward to the bottom of the 9th inning. And then just about, 8, 9 runs later, found themselves with plenty of breathing room.
Felt like 8, 9 hours later.
Jones providing some of that pop with that 2-run shot that you mentioned that was a skyscraping blast over the scoreboard in straightaway right field. Almost cleared those trees as well. One of the most impressive shots we've seen. 2-0 is a fastball that runs outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Here the count on Jones.
And speaking about a guy who's had success at this ballpark, John Peck is on deck. Not only has he flashed the leather with a really good defensive play to end in a 1-1 tie the first time the Braves were here, a 5 RBI 9th inning. You never see 5 RBI innings.
One to remember for sure. 3-0 is a fastball taken down and in for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded here with 2 down for Mr. McKeon Park and John Peck, who comes to the plate.
16, John Peck.
Peck 5 for 15 against the Harbor Hawks this season so far. And one of those hits was with the bases loaded back last Saturday, or 2 Saturdays ago at this point. A double down the right field line to score 3, which gave him RBIs 3, 4, and 5 in that inning that you just alluded to. Peck swings it better on the road as well, 13 for 48 away from Doran Park, hitting at a 273 clip, hitting 211 in total coming into tonight. Bases loaded, 2 down, 1-0 Braves your score. Driver from the windup now, turns, kicks, and fires his pitch. Fastball cruises across the outside corner, 0-1.
And I'm not saying anything that is not already known, but Hyannis is going to score in this game. An inning like this, with the bases loaded, Hyannis has already given you 2 hits tonight. You have to make them pay for more than just a single run.
0-1. Breaking ball, bends in over the knees for strike 2. 0-2 the count. You have Horvath at third, Slight at second, and Jones at first base. Tomas Frick, the catcher, is Peck looks to, at the very least, pass the baton to him. Driver twists and tosses his 0-2. Swinging a soft ground ball up the middle. Matsulia towards his left, picks it up, throws to first base, gets away. Horvath will score. Burrito right behind him. He will score. To third goes Jones. 2 more runs are in as that gives the Braves a 3-0 lead. That'll be another error in this inning that allows this frame to continue.
Is it just me, or is this inning eerily similar to the Braves' bottom of the first inning defensively in Falmouth on Thursday? 2 errors on the scoreboard. There could be 3 with the way Nishida misplayed that ball. But the Braves have been gifted a couple of runs in this inning and now have a chance to continue to push the dagger farther in just the first frame.
Patelli was a tough play for him in general. It's the first pitch to Frick is a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. As it was softly hit, was playing about straight up, had the range far up the middle, but picked it up in good shape and then just threw with his momentum heading towards the right field foul pole and spiked it to the first baseman, Matulia, who could not pick it cleanly. So 3 runs in, runners at the corners now here with 2 down. Check over to first base. Peck will get back in safely.
And Matulia, a guy at first base we've only seen played in the outfield against the Braves this season. So with him at first base, he's not as natural as he's been in the outfield so far early in this game.
Righty on right. Here's the 0-1 to Frick. Taken down low. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. for Frick. Picked up his first and only hit of the year. The first time these two teams faced a week and a half ago. And since then is 0 for 9. That hit came on July 6th. So just about 11 days ago. Was 0 for 2 when he got the start against Falmouth a couple of evenings back. Reached via the walk and had a couple of hard-hit foul balls as well. There goes Peck, swing and a miss, thrown on to second from the knees. Now Peck caught in a rundown. Coming to the plate is Horvath. He will score. Nishida will run Peck back to the first baseman Matulia, who gets the tag applied on his numbers to end the inning. But the run does come around to score on the first and third steal play. That's Horvath taking the plate as the Braves lead it 4-0. The Braves, their last 2 innings here at McKeon Park. 15 runs. They'll take that. 4-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the first. Harbor Hawks coming to the plate for the first time tonight.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
Your favorite team on the Cape is back in action. Now back to Bourne Braves baseball.
The offense continues to play in the favor of the Braves as we return to McKeon Park. 4-0 Bravos your score as we enter the bottom half of the first inning. Let's take a look at the starting lineup tonight for the Harbor Hawks as they look to get back in this ball game. Leading things off as per usual, the All-Star Mitch Jebb at third base. Michael Sirota, the right fielder, will hit second. Cole McConnell, an All-Star himself, will bat third and center. George Corona, the catcher, will clean things up. Dominic Patelli at short will bat fifth. Rocco Pepe in left will hit sixth. Christian Moore will follow him, DHing tonight. Philip Matulia, the first baseman, will hit eighth. And Rico Nishida getting his first start against the Braves this year, and again has appeared in all 4 games so far. Will round out the 9 at second base against the tall right-hander out of Campbell in Cade Boxrucker.
Yeah, Boxrucker 4 scoreless innings his last time out. That was a win against Kituitt. But tonight against the Hyannis lineup that is seeing the ball really, really well, 24 runs over the team's last 16 innings. He's got to be on his game. And number one thing he has to do, control the strike zone. This is a Hyannis lineup that has started to pull away with the stolen base lead in the Cape Cod League. 67 stolen bases for the Hawks this year, so you cannot be giving away free passes and allowing those speedy Hyannis base runners on without a whimper.
Let's take a look at the starting defense tonight for the Braves as well. Ryan Enos making his Bravos debut in left field. Matt Horvath back in center for the second consecutive evening. Carson Jones in right. Bryce Eblin back at the hot corner. John Peck and Matt Shaw up the middle. Chris Brito over at first, and Tomas Frick will be receiving tonight. So here is Mitch Jebb, one of the toughest hitters in this lineup, and has really been a part of the big moments against the Braves this year. Came up with the bases loaded a couple of weeks ago here at McKeon Park with a chance to win the game and lined out to John Peck over at third. This is Boxrucker's first pitch from the stretch. It's a fastball down and away for ball 1. In total against Bourne this campaign, 4 for 17. But hitting .295 in total with 10 RBIs and 15 stolen backs. 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1.
Eye test. It's the best 4 for 17 you're ever going to see. Every time this guy steps into the batter's box, it is a competitive at-bat.
Boxrucker fires his 1-1 pitch. Is taken down low. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike.
And this is what I mean by attacking the strike zone. I know he's only thrown 3 pitches, but Jebb is not going to beat you with the long ball. One of the Hyannis guys in the lineup tonight without a home run. 6 extra base hits, but you got to attack him.
2-1 is swung and a tap softly to first. Brito will pick it up on the long hop. Will take it to the first base bag unassisted, just a step away towards his left. 1 away as that sets down Jebb. And that's going to be a big key tonight as well, keeping Jebb off the base paths, because he is second on the team with his 15 stolen bases, just behind Riku Nishida, who leads the Cape Cod League with 19 bags of his own.
Is that a lot?
Seems like it. This team now leads the league in stolen bags collectively as well, 67 of 82. Braves in third with 53 and 65 tries as well. First pitch on the way to Michael Sirota is a fastball for a strike at the knees, 0-1 the count. Sirota has been swinging it really well. This is just his 6th game of the summer. 8 for 18 with a home run and 6 RBIs. 0-1 is taken down away. Count will even up. Sirota out of Northeastern will replace a big loss in the lineup for this Hyannis club in Justin Janis, who is no longer with the team. As here's Boxruckers 1-1. Down away ball 2-1. Janis at the top of the leaderboards in most categories offensively for the Harbor Hawks before he left, hitting .307 with 10 RBIs, a .756 OPS as well. That hasn't stopped this Hyannis club from swinging it as of late. 24 runs in their last 2 games. Here's the 2-1 from Boxrucker. Swinging a tapper foul, third base side. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Against Orleans yesterday for Hyannis, it was really the story of just a couple of innings. In the 4th and 5th innings, they scored all of their 9 runs. How about this, too? Just on 2 extra base hits, of course, those 2 long balls, but the other 10 knocks were singles, so they continue to play the small ball. So the 2-2 is hit off the end of the bat, softly up the middle, Peck to his left, picks it up on a hop, throws to first base, picked by Brito on the back end in time for out number 2. John Peck had to run a marathon to get that one up the middle of the diamond and threw on one motion over to first base to retire Sirota.
Peck plays good defense normally, but there might be just something about him playing defense at McKeon Park. I mean, that was not a routine play by any means, but he made it look really easy ranging up the middle and throwing on his run.
As he threw that ball, he was essentially running straight towards the right fielder in Jones and still was able to keep it on line as it short hop Brito over at first. So 2 quick outs. Here's Cole McConnell. First pitch is a fastball taken down low for ball 1. McConnell, the team leader in RBIs with 17. This will be his 29th game of the year. Was 2 for 5 with a home run and 3 runs batted in last night against Orleans. Again, one of those 2 long balls for Hyannis. Boxrucker winds and fires. His 1-0 is a fastball up and away ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. And you touched on it a little bit, Calvin, but after 4 runs in the top of the 1st inning would be quite an answer for Boxrucker to come back and set down Hyannis here in order. He's got to work here. Hitters count to McConnell at 2-0. Righty on left, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. McConnell trying to go Carson Jones territory over that scoreboard right there with that swing.
We're calling those the Carson Jones Woods down there now?
You might have to. So the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. That ball might be stuck in a tree still over there. Again, just 8 days ago.
Bet it's a souvenir for a Harbor Hawk.
2-1 is chopped up the middle. Schaub will step back to play on the long hop. Throw to first is in the dirt, but Brito sure-handedly picks it on the in-between hop as that will end the inning. Fantastic work from Cade Boxrucker as he sets down the Harbor Hawks 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 1st. Top of the 2nd coming up. 4-0 Bourne here on the Braves Radio Network.
Can first pitch not come soon enough? Well, don't worry. Before the Bravos has you covered. Starting 15 minutes before first pitch at home or on the road, Before the Bravos has the pregame insight and analysis you need to get game ready. From exclusive interviews, a first look at the opposition, lineup breakdowns, and so much more, Before the Bravos is the best place to start your evening of baseball. Before the Bravos, 15 minutes before first pitch, every game day, live on the Bourne Braves YouTube stream.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they are investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
The Bourne Braves are out on the road. Let's get back to the action on the Bourne Braves Radio Network.
Not only are the Bravos on the road, but they're visiting a ballpark they love to swing the sticks at. That's McKeon Park as they lead at 4-0 through one inning. Top of the second coming up here. It'll be 8-9-1 here for the Braves as they look to continue to add on. And how about Cade Boxrucker in his first inning of work?
Yeah, really solid frame. Couple of lightly hit balls All three of them actually really lightly hit, all on the ground, so he's doing a really good job against a suddenly power-surging Hyannis lineup that hit 4 home runs over its past 2 games, now up to 16 on the season, so 12 through 30 games. 4 in the last 2. So keeping the ball on the ground, a really good start by Boxrucker.
Driver will look to bounce back here in the second inning, caught a couple of tough breaks. There were 2 errors in that inning, one charge to the third baseman in Jeb, and the other to the shortstop in Patelli on a couple of errant throws. And the Braves would push across their 4th run on a 1st and 3rd steal play where Horvath took the plate. First pitch on the way to Tomas Frick is up and in for ball 1. As he comes to the plate for the second time in the matter of just about 7-8 minutes, was at the plate when that 1st and 3rd play went through. So the next pitch is a breaking ball that backs up and misses up and in again. 2 balls, no strikes.
And the thing that made that 1st and 3rd play work was Carson Jones did not hesitate when he saw that ball go through, allowed him to score with ease.
2-0. Swinging a broken bat, pop up right side of the infield. Nishida, the second baseman, towards his right, will make the catch right behind the second base bag for out number 1. So Driver breaks a bat, gets out number 1 as that sends up Ryan Enos here in his Braves debut. Enos, a cool story. One of the best Division III players in the Northeast this year. Played at Oswego State, where Scott Landers coaches during the spring. He'll be transferring to East Tennessee State for next spring as he takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. And he just tore it up. Hit .451, an OPS of 1.103 with 10 homers, 60 RBIs, 21 doubles. Those 60 RBIs and 20-plus doubles led all of Division III. He swings and grounds to short to the backhanded side as Patelli throws on the run to first base. What a play, as that'll retire Enos by a step and a half for out number 2. So Patelli, after being charged with the E6 in the 1st, makes up for it flashing the letter here in the 2nd.
Really good play on the run, deep in the hole. Enos stung it. He's going to hit a lot of balls hard on the ground. Not a big power bat, but he is going to hit the ball on a line and on the screws. Did it that time, but really good defense by Patelli, throwing deep from the shortstop position, almost in short left field.
Here's Bryce Eblin, singled to shallow left center his last time up, as he steps in and takes a fastball outside for ball 1. That was a soft bleeder in the shallow left center for a base hit. He would come around to score all the way from first base on the errant throw from Jeb that went over the head of the first baseman, Matulia. Here's the 1-0, is in the dirt, picked by the catcher in Corona as the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. So Eblin, who entered tonight 2 for his last 13, would love to pick things up right where he left off when the Braves were here last Saturday at McKeon Park, where he was one of the hottest hitters, not just on this team, but in the Cape Cod League. The 2-0 is swung on in line, shallow left center field. McConnell coming in. He has to play this one on a hop. Back-to-back base hits for Bryce Eblin. He continues to swing it well here in Hyannis. That's the 4th hit of the night already for the Braves, as they have doubled their hit total from last night.
Good piece of hitting there. Not trying to do too much. Just a line drive into center field. Eblin off to a really good start, and the Braves have been testing Corona behind home plate. Haven't had a steal go through, but they've attempted a couple of stolen bases with 2 outs in this inning and a speedy runner on first. You got to imagine Eblin will be on the move.
Righty on right, here's Horvath. First pitch is swung and popped up, first base side out of play. 0-1. George Corona at Louisiana Tech this spring threw out 20 of 59 base runners, that at a 34% clip. So good numbers there, but it's going to be tough against this Braves team that loves to light up the base paths. They are 12 for 13 in stolen base attempts against Hyannis so far this summer. 0-1. Taken down away. Count leaving up at 1 ball and 1 strike. The one difference, though, that makes you throw that stat really out the window is this is the first time Corona has caught against the Braves this summer. It's mostly been Pancho Ruiz through the first 4 games when these two teams have faced. 4-0, Braves your score. Eblin at first with 2 down. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball swung on in sky deep down the left field line. Well foul as the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Horvath has a flair for the majestic fly ball, whether it's going over the wall fair or not. Blasted one yesterday on a 3-0 count, deep over the snack shack in left field at Doran Park. If you go a couple days before that, at Falmouth, got a 3-0 green light and blasted one well into the trees as well. He's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes here as he takes some time, steps out of the box now. Taps the plate, swings that bat back towards the pitcher and driver. He's ready to go. His driver will take a move towards first base. Evelyn gets back in with a dive. Matt Shaw on deck here with 2 away. Much quicker start to this inning for driver, who had to face 7 batters in that first inning. There goes Evelyn. Pitch is swung on its smoke, but stabbed on a stop by Jeb, who slides to his right. Twists and turns and gets to his feet and throws to first base. That'll retire Horvath for out number 3. Mitch Jeb saves a run for his pitcher and driver, who puts a 0 on the board for the first time tonight. We get to the bottom of the second inning. All Bravos so far. They lead it 4-0.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Bourne Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bournebraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Bourne Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bournebraves.org.
This is Josh Moylan, first baseman from East Carolina, and this is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Congratulations.
Bottom half of the second inning, 4-0 Braves your score. Max Stanzer joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo. His Cade Boxtrucker was very sharp in his first inning of work, was able to induce 3 soft groundouts to the top third of this Harbor Hawks lineup. We'll look to do the same here as he gets 4, 5, and 6 Corona, Pitelli, and Pepe here in the second. And for Boxtrucker, getting some early breathing room here early on tonight before he even threw a pitch.
Yeah, 4 runs in the top of the first inning gives any pitcher a lot of confidence when they walk out onto the mound for the first time. And he pitched with confidence. 3 softly hit ground balls allotted for a quick 1-2-3 top frame.
George Corona, the catcher, will lead things off as he digs in from the right side. Boxtrucker's first pitch is a fastball that misses up and in for ball 1. 1-0. Just the 4th game of the summer for Corona. 3 for 9 with an RBI, but at Louisiana Tech, really good offensive numbers. Here's the 1-0. Taken down and in with another heater. 2 balls, no strikes. In 62 games, hit 16 homers, 62 runs batted in. Hit at a 280 clip and slugged .536, so quite a punch that Eric Beatty can insert into his lineup for the back 10-plus games or so this summer. 2-0 is a fastball that's pumped across the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Corona, a tall right-hander, and when he digs into that box, a straight-up stance, very narrow. 2-1. Down away, just missed with another fastball. Corona climbs into the driver's seat here at 3 balls and 1 strike. For Boxtrucker, it'll be a fastball, slider, changeup mix. In fact, increased that changeup usage in his last outing against Katuitt. Here's his 3-1. Spiked with a fastball in the dirt for ball 4, so Corona will reach. Be the first base runner of the night for the Harbor Hawks as they look to get something going. They'll send up Pitelli to the plate with 1 on and nobody out.
And walks are never good, but especially a leadoff walk is probably the worst thing you can do. Now a runner on first with nobody out. Although Corona isn't the fastest guy in this Hyannis lineup compared to his teammates, doesn't have a stolen base attempt on the year. You don't want to put the first guy on in the frame, especially after just 5 pitches.
Here's Dominic Pitelli, the left-handed hitting shortstop. Boxtrucker from the stretch, his first pitch is a changeup on the outside corner, knee-high for a strike. 0-1. Middle infield and double play depth. John Peck, the shortstop, a couple steps up the middle. Same story for Shaw, as Brito holds on Corona over at first. Pitelli 3 for his last 17 coming into this evening's game, looking to break out. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, a big rip out in front. Boxtrucker quickly climbs ahead at no balls and 2 strikes. Pitelli struggling just a bit against right-handers this year. 12 for 61, is punched out 19 times. And now he finds himself behind here at no balls and 2 strikes. Here's Boxrucker's pitch. Misses outside, 1-2. He was 2-4 yesterday with the stolen bag, now hitting .261 of the season with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. He struck out 27 times now, sits just behind Cole McConnell, who has 28 for the most on the team. 1-2. Outside and low with a changeup. Boxrucker continues to mix that pitch in. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boxrucker will like to keep the ball on the ground as well. Of balls that were put in play for outs in his last outing against Katuitt, 83% of them were on the ground. The other 17% in the air. Every ball put in play against him tonight so far, you guessed it, all on the ground. Corona takes his lead from first base, 2-1 the count here. Make that 2-2. So the pitch is a breaking ball up and away. Count runs full. Corona walked to start the inning, which is pretty uncharacteristic from Boxrucker, who generally will fill up the strike zone. Does have 8 walks through 14 1/3 of an inning's work this year, compared to 13 strikeouts. Boxrucker pauses at the belt and checks over to first base. Corona gets back in safely. 4-0 Braves your score, taking advantage of some defensive miscues from the Harbor Hawks in the top of the first inning. Boxrucker looking to put another 0 on the board here in this frame. 3-2 is a fastball that runs up and away for ball 4. So back-to-back free passes handed out by the Braves right-hander to open things up in this bottom half of the second inning. First and second, nobody down for Rocco Pepe.
And when you have a 4-0 lead in the early innings, you can't allow Hyannis guys to just get on base with free passes. Back-to-back walks to start this inning. And now, you're one swing of the bat from this only being a 1-run game. And then it would only be 1 hit, getting 3 runs to home. So you need a double play ball for a ground ball pitcher.
First pitch to Pepe is a breaking ball that runs outside. 1-0. Pepe, another right-handed hitter here, who has some pop despite hitting a .197, has left the yard 3 times, currently in the midst of a 4-game hitting streak himself as well.
Guy who burned the Braves when we were here on that 18-10 win for a bases-clearing RBI triple, 3 RBI triple.
Next pitch is tap found on the third base side. Count evens up at 1-1, and he came all the way around to score on what was an E4 on the throwback into the infield by Bryce Eblin. So that was what resulted in 4 runs for Hyannis in that lengthy inning, where they had seemed to have full control of the game, but of course we've said it about a dozen times, the Braves, that dramatic comeback in the 9th inning. 1-1. Breaking ball outside by just a couple of inches. Frick trying to stick it there. 2-1. Wind blowing out towards straightaway right field. Saw a couple of balls go out in that direction the last time we were here just 8 days ago. Christian Moore, the DH, on deck here. Here's Boxrucker's 2-1. Check swing. Did that get a piece of his hand or the bat? We'll see what the call is. Home plate umpire is holding up 2 hands saying it's a foul ball. Meanwhile, Pepe shows him his elbow, and he's convinced it's a hit by pitch as he took about 3 or 4 steps towards first base, but is now continuing to argue with the home plate umpire, and here comes Eric Beatty.
So this will be an interesting conversation. I mean, nobody had a better angle of the home plate umpire to see if that hit him beside Pepe himself, who is convinced that that ball hit his arm. Still a tough call to overturn.
All 3 umpires meeting to the left of the pitcher's mound. Boxrucker's right. And Pepe's so confident he's already walking down the first base. He quickly showed the home plate umpire his front left elbow to show a mark it looked like.
And that would be a nightmare start to this second inning if Boxrucker goes walk, hit by pitch, bases loaded, nobody out, against the Hyannis offense that's been seeing the ball very well over the past couple of games. You can't let him walk back into this ball game with a 4-0 lead.
It would not be a Harbor Hawks Braves game if we didn't have some dramatics.
And this is a long meeting going on between the umpires. I don't know, after this long of a conversation, if they can overturn this. Don't you think if it was overturned, they'd all come together and say, yep, it hit him?
Absolutely. Let's see what the call is. They are going to, put Pepe over at first base, so that'll load the bases. And as you can imagine, Scott Landers is going to want an exclamation here. So now he'll have his words with the home plate umpires. They stand to the left of the first base dugout. But as of now, it sets up a bases loaded, nobody out spot for Christian Moore. So the two continue to chat over the first base side, and I don't think there's any way that Landers is going to get this to be overturned again. There was a pretty lengthy meeting between the three umpires as they met for just about a minute and a half, it seemed. And Landers probably just wants to know what changed the call. Remember, Landers was ejected earlier this week at YD. He's had plenty of conversations with umpires as of late. So Landers will head back to the first base dugout. Boxrucker now throwing some warm-up pitches after the long layoff. As he looks to bounce back right here, here comes Christian Moore, a guy who is looking to get things going. Made his debut against the Braves about a month ago back at Doran Park, and has been off to a mighty tough start. 8 for 48 with 4 RBIs. He's 2 for his last 21. Pepe at first, Patelli at second, Corona at third. Moore at the plate represents the tying run. Again, 4-0 Braves your score. Corners drawn in, middle playing back. Brito, in fact, a couple steps in front of the first base back.
And this is a situation now. You had a 4-run lead. You put 3 guys on base without a hit. Hyenas can get back in this game.
First pitch is swung and lined and caught by Shaw. Goes to second to double up Patelli for a 4-6 double play. Is like that with the snap of a fingers. Boxrucker makes this just a little bit easier. Here's runners are at the corners with 2 down.
Well, that's one way, I guess, to get out of that. Boxrucker allowed a hard line drive, but it was right at Matt Shaw. And if Shaw wasn't playing there, that could have potentially been a bases-clearing double rolling all the way to the right center field wall. But Shaw was there, and no chance for Patelli to get back to second base. Caught in no man's land, froze on a line drive. It was caught, bang play, heads-up baseball by Peck to cover the second base bag. And now the Braves are a pitch away from getting out of this inning.
Here's Philip Matulia to the plate, digs in from the left side. First pitch is cued off the foot of the catcher and Frick for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. And that ball was squared up by Moore. Hit that one on a clothesline. But you said it, Calvin, just a step or 2 to the left of Shaw. And Patelli was already halfway to third by the time Shaw had caught it. So 4-0, still the Braves lead here. Pepe over at first, Corona over at third. Boxrucker ahead, no balls and 1 strike. Here's his pitch. Clips the top of the zone. He quickly climbs ahead at 0-2. Got to imagine an out right here against Matulia would generate a ton of momentum towards the Braves' end to get out of a bases loaded, nobody out spot without allowing a run. 0-2. Swinging a soft tapper right back to Boxrucker, who fields it on a hop. He'll lob it over to Brito at first base, as that will end the inning. Cade Boxrucker pulling off some magic tricks here in the bottom of the second inning, getting out of a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam, thanks to a 4-6 double play and a ground ball right back to him. Top of the third inning coming up here at McKeon Park. 4-0 Braves, still your score here on the Born Braves Radio Network.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve. That's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military, veterans, and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
For the first time since 2019, the full Cape Cod League playoff slate is back. Last season, just 2 teams from the East and West Division respectively played in the shortened playoff format, but this year there will be a full 8-team slate. 4 teams from the East and West will get a shot at the title. The Braves have missed the postseason just once since 2007 and look to make another run back to the title game in 2022, a series they lost a season ago. It's the Cape Cod League playoffs, and they're back in full swing for the first time in 3 years. The 2021 West Division champs are defending their title. Now back to Bourne Braves baseball.
Braves lead it 4-0 after 4 first-inning runs, thanks to some sloppy defense from Hyannis. A 2-error inning for the Harbor Hawks. Braves took full advantage as we start now the 3rd inning of play. In the bottom half of that second max, the Bravos' defense escaped some pretty grave danger.
And it was well placement. Matt Shaw just a couple of steps away from that hardline drive off the bat of Christian Moore that was able to double up Patelli over at second base. And again, you can't really fault Patelli for getting a little bit off right there because that ball was smoked. But again, in that situation, you got to be careful because if that gets past Matt Shaw, you're scoring with ease. But instead, he's doubled up and really squanders what was a tremendous situation for the Harbor Hawks to at least get on the board and back into this ball game.
So the lead remains 4-0 as we press play here in the 3rd. The batter is Matt Shaw, who swings at the first pitch, drives it high and deep to center field. McConnell going back to the track, looking up, and it is into the trees, a solo home run. Not waiting around in this at-bat is Matt Shaw. He likes the first pitch he sees, and he delivers a moonshot over the center field fence. It's 5-0 Braves in the 3rd.
Looks like he's getting ready for the All-Star game. His 5th home run of the season continues to pace the team in that category. And this one was majestic, high over the light towers as the center fielder McConnell climbed the wall, but to no avail. Good opportunity for the Braves to add on right here and take advantage of that bases-loaded spot that Hyannis squandered.
So here is Evan Slight, who watched the first pitch fastball miss outside the zone. Shaw, who broke on that swing, a little bit of a little rut there, 0 for 8. But gives the Braves their 5th run of the ballgame with that solo shot. The next pitch to Slight is fouled away into the Hyannis dugout down the right field line. So the count goes to 1-1. Here in one of the 3 Bravos All-Stars. Shaw, Slight, and Brito all go into the game in Wareham on Saturday, the 1-1. Fastball in the outside corner for strike 2.
And this is a great bounce back for Bourne after 2 hits yesterday, just 1 run on a seeing eye single, coming out of the gates aggressively and emphatically so far through 2+ innings.
1-2, rolled over to first. Matsulia is there. He puts his hand out to tail driver to pulled up as he takes it to the bag himself for the first out here in the 3rd.
Number 28, Chris Brito.
So 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning, 5-0 Braves on the sloppy defense from Hyannis, where the Braves scored 4, and then of course the solo home run to begin this inning for Matt Shaw. The batter is Chris Brito for his 2nd at-bat of the night. The first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Brito took a look at strike 3 in the 1st inning. At the time, stranding runners on 1st and 3rd with 1 out. But the Braves had some 2-out magic with that infield single by John Peck and then the error by Patelli, scoring the Braves' 2nd and 3rd runs. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a foul back behind the screen.
And Ty Langenberg, a right-hander, starting to warm up, so Jay Driver's night, more than likely getting close to the finish line here. A lot of hard contact against him so far.
Here's the 1-1. Swinging a smoke shot into left field. That is a stinging base hit. The 2nd Bravos hard-hit baseball of the inning, and 1 on, now 1 out here in the 3rd.
And Brito got a hanging breaking ball and smoked that on a line in the left field 4-base hit as the Braves look to continue to keep the line moving here. Now 5 runs and counting through just 2 1/3 so far here tonight, picking up right where they left off in the 9th inning last Saturday.
Braves scored 11 runs in that frame, already have 5 on the scoreboard with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch to Carson Jones is swung on and tapped to the left side of the infield. The 3rd baseman Jeb cuts it off and makes the flip to Nishida, the 2nd baseman covering. Brito is retired 5-4, and Jones will be on with the fielder's choice.
That was a tricky play right there for Jeb, who had to go quickly towards his left. Thought initially he was just going to go across the diamond right there to get the sure out, but again, Brito not one of the faster runners on the team, was able just to shovel it over to Nishida at second base, who had to stretch well towards the first base side, but kept his back foot on the pillow.
Jones is a threat to go over there. Early in his Braves career, 4 for 5 stealing bases. The batter is John Peck, and before the first pitch comes to him, a check over on Jones, who's back in with a head-first slide. 5-0 Braves, 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Jay Driver trying to get through 3 frames. Another check over on Jones, he's back in. 3 innings would be the longest appearance of the season for the Harvard right-hander. His previous longest was 2 2/3. That was a part of that 18-10 Braves win here last Saturday. First pitch to Peck. Fastball off the outside corner for ball 1.
And then Harvard topped out at 3 2/3 of an inning's work. So again, getting deeper in the game is not something he's particularly familiar with.
Peck in an infield single back in the first inning. And then was caught stealing as part of that first and third play where he just stopped between first and second, allowing Jones to scurry home before he was tagged out. That was the Braves' 4th run of the game. Now they lead it 5-0 here in the third inning. The 1-0. Jones is going. The pitch misses up and in from his knees. The throw is way too late. And Jones is in there with a head-first slide as the Braves have a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs in the 5th inning.
How about that tag from Nishida right there? Very nonchalant. Maybe trying to fool Jones a little bit, but to no avail.
So now a good hitter's count here for John Peck. Speedy runner on second base with 2 outs here in the third inning. Jones dances over there. The pitch is by Peck, who takes a big swing and a miss at it for strike 1.
2-0 hitter's count, got a fastball at the top of the zone, and he does not get cheated up there. Just a little bit underneath.
Still looking for his first home run here in the season as he stands in for his 92nd at-bat. Driver from the belt, his 2-1. Jones going for third. This time the throw is right on the money, and Jeb applies the tag on the hand before Jones can slide into third base. It's a caught stealing to end this third inning, but not before Matt Shaw ropes his 5th home run of the season, and he puts the Braves up by 5-0 here in the middle of the third. So you know what that means? Mid-3 here on draft night. Let's go down to the sideline and say hello to Ethan Frank.
It is indeed draft night, Calvin. Hello to you as well. The MLB draft gets going at 7 o'clock tonight. First round coverage tonight, and maybe we'll see some magic happen here in the Cape Cod League. Obviously a place where college players come, maybe even pre-college players come, and then get drafted very highly. We saw Cam Collier of Katuitt earlier this year. He's projected to be a top 10, maybe even a top 5 pick in tonight's draft. But, you know, you saw what happened last year. Henry Davis from Louisville, who played here in Bourne, like you told me before the game, Calvin, he was here on Cape Cod and then went number 1 overall. So maybe we'll see some of the teammates of the guys in the dugout right now who are going to be drafted tonight, and that is a very special moment because these are guys you go to battle with, guys you do everything with. Think about how much time these players spend with each other during the season, and then to be so happy for your teammates. It just shows the absolutely great chemistry these guys have in their respective locker rooms, and then they come together and they can be happy for each other. And I think that's what makes baseball a really special sport, and especially the dugout environment and the team environment. And Calvin, I know you witnessed it firsthand last year, how special that was for some teammates of guys who got drafted as well.
Yeah, not only that, here at McKeon Park, there was a Braves player drafted right out of the dugout. Colton Bender got a phone call from the San Diego Padres saying, hey, we're taking you.
Wow.
And that was a really cool moment here at McKeon a season ago. Tonight, the Braves lead it 5-0 here in the bottom of the third inning after 4 first-inning runs thanks to some sloppy Hyannis defense. Then a solo Matt Shaw home run to dead center field in the top of this frame has put the Braves up by 5. Hyannis back to work offensively, and after 24 runs in their previous 2 nights, hitless as we begin the third. The batter is Ruku Nishida. Here's the first pitch. Down and away for ball 1. Boxrucker from the wide has been effective in this game tonight. He kicks and deals his 1-0. Right at the bell to strike in there as the count evens at 1-1.
And he was really able to settle in after the 3 free passes to open up the inning in the hardline drive. Just a soft comebacker to end the inning.
The 1-1. Below the zone at the shins that time, and the count goes to 2-1. Here in one of the Hyannis All-Stars, one of 7 All-Stars for the Harbor Hawks, and Roku Nishida. The 2-1. That one gets to the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Boxrucker without a strikeout tonight. Looking to grab his first punch out against a guy who rarely strikes out. Nishida, one of the toughest hitters with 2 strikes. With his approach, just to crouch down, choke up, and make it really difficult for the pitcher. Drops down into a catcher's stance and now pops up, the 2-2. Slap the other way into the Hyannis bullpen down the left field line, and the count will stay at 2-2.
You got quite a tandem in the 9-1 spot tonight. Nishida doing his best Mitch Jeb impression. Or I shouldn't even call it an impression. Maybe Jeb doing the Nishida impression. Either way, both like to see it really deep right there. Just slapping that one foul down the left field side.
Both like to try to get on any way possible. The 2-2 pitch. Slapped to short, right to Peck, who fields on the run, throws on the run, and makes the out on the run as the Braves get the speed Nishida by a step, and one is quickly retired here in the 3rd.
A good play by Peck right there. One, because Nishida, as he was swinging right there, was essentially already taking a step towards the first base bag. So gets a little bit of advantage right there, and he runs really well. League leader in stolen bases. Peck with a lot of poise charged it and threw on the run in time for out number 1. He's been really sharp tonight over there at short.
So here is the aforementioned missed jab at the top of this lineup for Hyannis. Grounded out to first to begin the game. First pitch this time around is a strike right on the outside corner in there with a fastball. So Boxrucker has gotten through the Hyannis order once, allowing no hits. Jeb the first to greet him for a second time. The 0-1 is roped to center field. This is deep. Jones is going back, but on the run. He makes the cap-high catch with one hand for the second out of this frame.
And Jeb driving that one in the air that time. It's usually been low-line drives and ground balls the other way. Horvath has looked really comfortable over there over the last couple of games again. We said it yesterday. We'll say it again. He's not started in the outfield since his freshman year of high school, and it looks like he's been there his whole entire career. So him, Dakota Harris, both doing a good job adjusting so far this summer.
So 2 are gone for Michael Sirota, the right fielder for Hyannis tonight. Sirota has been quite the pickup for the Harbor Hawks this season. Mid-season acquisition in his 6th start of the year for Hyannis. Takes a look at a first pitch slider, missed down low for ball 1. Over his past 3 contests, Sirota 7 for 12, including a 3 for 3 5 RBI night, part of that 15-1 win against Wareham. The 1-0. In the dirt, 2-0. Hyannis loaded the bases. It did not get a run in the second inning. They're in a 5-0 hole here with 2 gone in the 3rd. The 2-0. 3-0 and a fastball up and away. And now Boxrucker's 1 pitch away from walking his 3rd guy of the outing. Cole McConnell, one of the All-Stars for Hyannis, another one of the All-Stars, I should say, waits on deck for the Hawks.
And Boxrucker's going to have to battle back right here. Needs a quick inning.
Here's his 3-0. Gets the inside corner for strike 1 as Sirota was just about to ditch the bat and start to walk down to first. Still a good hitter's count for a guy who has had 3 straight multi-hit contests. The 3-1 pitch. Another pitcher's pitch right at the knees on the outside corner, getting the bottom right corner of the strike zone, and the count has gone full. Boxrucker would love a strikeout to punctuate a 1-2-3 bottom of the 3rd inning. Out of the line, the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul back over our heads.
And after falling behind 3-0, a couple of really well-placed pitches. One at about the thigh level that just bit the inside corner. And then the second one, a fastball on the outside corner just at the knees. So really doing a good job of pinpointing and finding that command again.
5-0, the Braves lead it here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 3-2. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt. Frick kills on, and that will do it for the third. Another 1-2-3 inning by Cade Boxrucker, his second of the night, and we're on our way to the fourth. 5-0 Bravos on the Bourne Braves Radio Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org. BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Now back to Bourne Braves Baseball.
5-0, the Braves lead it as we begin the fourth inning here at McKeon Park in Hyannis with Max Tanzer. I'm Calvin Cristoforo. The night is done, and the longest appearance of the season for Jay Driver is done. The starter for Hyannis went 3 innings, allowed 5 runs. Just 3 of them earned after the Braves scored 4 in the top of the first, thanks to 2 Hyannis really sloppy throws to first base, and he gives way to the Iowa right-hander Ty Langenberg.
And the Braves saw him back on July 9th, where he went an inning, 4 runs, 3 of them were earned, 3 hits against the 7 batters he faced. He's had a lot of innings so far this summer. This will be outing number 8 for him, a 3.08 ERA, 20 strikeouts to just 1 walk through 11 2/3 of an inning's work, an impeccable ratio, to say the least.
Braves would love to get to him again and continue to pad their 5-run lead. John Peck, the shortstop, will lead us off here in the 4th. Out of the line, Langenberg's first pitch. Down and away, a fastball misses for ball 1. Tomas Frick and then Ryan Enos due up in the inning for the Braves. Here in the 4th, the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a pretty similar pitch down and away, this time for strike 1. Peck loves to hit at this ballpark. 1-1 pitch coming. Breaking ball that breaks right at the belt for strike 2. Last time the Bravos were here, John Peck was the hero in that 11-run 9th inning. A 5 RBI inning for the Braves middle infielder. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He went chasing after a fastball down and away, and he's retired on just 4 pitches to begin this inning.
And for Langerberg, you got to imagine he's got a chip on his shoulder today, because really that was the one outing that he had been roughed up in against the Braves back a couple Saturdays ago. Entering that outing had allowed just 1 run through just over 9 innings of work. Was able to piece together a scoreless inning against Falmouth back on the 14th. And besides that one frame against the Braves, it's been really solid stuff.
His first pitch to Frick is ripped down the right field line, but foul. Bravo's looking to get to him again as they try to pad a 5-0 lead here with 1 out in the 4th inning. But as we know, leads are not safe in this ballpark. Hyannis led 7-1 the last time the Braves were here. And the Bravos outscored Hyannis 17-3 the rest of the way. Here's the 0-1. Another foul ball. This one tapped back to the screen. The count goes to 0-2. Quickly the 0-2 from Langenberg. Just missed. That was a fastball in a really good spot, but missed the up and outer part of the zone. And the count will go to 1-2 on the Braves catcher. Looking for his second hit in 25 at-bats this season. The pitch. This one caught the corner. That is a dot on the lower part of the outer part of the plate. And the count is 3 strikes for Tomas Frick, who's down tonight for the second time after a pop-out in the second.
And Langenberg's going to be really difficult on right-handed hitters. From a semi-3/4 arm slot, we can see a lot of run on that fastball in towards right. He's going to induce a lot of ground balls as yet to get a ball put in play.
His first pitch to Ryan Enos misses upstairs. Enos in his Braves debut stung a ground ball in the hole last time that the shortstop Patelli backhanded and threw all the way across the field for a loud second out of the second inning. Swings through a fastball and the count goes to 1-1 this time around. But Enos, the guy who is the SUNY Oswego all-time leader in hits, at-bats, runs, doubles, stolen bases. 1-1 is down low. The count goes to 2-1. So this guy can really do it all. There's no one who knows his skill set better than Braves manager Scott Landers, who coached him for 4 years at Oswego. The 2-1. Skied into the infield in foul territory. Corona going over there, but he gives way to the first baseman Matulia, who makes the two-handed leaping catch right in front of the Braves dugout to retire the side here in order in the 4th. So the Braves go down without a base runner for the first time tonight. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ty Langenberg, and we're going to the home half of the 4th inning. Braves still in full control. 5-0 Bravos on the Bourne Braves Radio Network.
2021 was a historic season for the Bourne Braves. The Bravos captured the President's Trophy, given to the team with the best regular season record, and rode early success to the West Division title in a trip to the Cape Cod League Championship Series. Now in 2022, the Braves are back and look to replicate the success from a season ago without many of the faces that got them there. It's a whole new season of Bourne Braves baseball. Check out the full schedule on BourneBraves.org and come join the party at Doran Park.
The Bourne Braves have enjoyed a long history of offering internships to college students who have worked in a myriad of capacities and performed any number of duties for the organization. Interns support everything from public relations, fundraising and concessions, to field maintenance, internet broadcasting, and baseball operations. The Braves will begin accepting applications for the 2023 season in September. Those interested should visit BourneBraves.org.
It's time to go back to the ballpark. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Braves lead at 5-0 as we begin the bottom half of the 4th inning here at McKeon Park in Hyannis. The Bravos jumped out to a 4-0 lead thanks to 2 Hyannis errors in the top of the 1st inning. A Matt Shaw solo home run in the 3rd has given the Braves 5 runs here as we begin the home half of the 4th. Cade Boxrucker, who is yet to allow a hit, is out for his 4th inning of work. It'll face McConnell, Corona, and Patelli, the meat of the Hyannis order, here in the 4th.
And he's been really good so far tonight, besides a couple of hiccups in the 2nd inning. Since he was able to work out of that bases loaded, nobody out spot, has retired 5 consecutive hitters.
His first pitch to McConnell is down and away for ball 1. McConnell bounced to second base his first time around. That was the final out of inning number 1. The 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. The line for tonight for Cade Boxrucker, 1, 2, 3 innings in both the 1st and the 3rd, and then got out of a bases-loaded jam with nobody out in the 2nd, thanks to a line drive double play, the 2-0. Straight to the backstop on a pitch way outside the zone. It has gone to 3-0 on the speedy Hyannis center fielder Cole McConnell. You don't want to put McConnell on, a guy who's a major cog in Hyannis' running game. Squad that leads the league with 67 stolen bases, the 3-0. Right at the letters at the top of the zone. It gets the plate for strike 1.
And in his last at-bat against Sirota, was able to get back after falling behind 3-0, able to climb back here. At least he's hoping to.
Good hitters count for McConnell, the 3-1. Fouled away over the Hyannis dugout into the grandstands on the 3rd base side. So he's run the count full once again. Doesn't want to walk a guy to begin an inning for the second time this evening. From the wind, his 3-2. Swinging a laser beam out to right field, but right at Carson Jones, who comes on strong and makes the one-handed head-high catch for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Good contact from McConnell right there. Got a pitch down and in, dropped the barrel on it. Top spinning line drive out to the right fielder and Carson Jones. Couple of balls elevated in the air against Boxrucker in the last 3 batters he's faced. Jeb gave it a ride to center field in which Horvath ran it down. That one stung right to McConnell as well. Something to keep note of moving forward for a generally ground ball pitcher in Boxrucker.
So one is gone, and that brings George Corona to the plate for the second time tonight. He swings at the first pitch and hits it on the ground as short, backhanded by Peck, and his throw across the diamond is in plenty of time to throw out the Hyannis catcher. 2 are quickly gone here in the fourth.
And that's now 3 ground balls in Peck's direction. Was also involved on the 4-6 double play that Matt Shaw started back in that lengthy second inning. Hyannis has been very aggressive tonight. A lot of balls on the ground, as you would imagine, against the right-hander in Boxrucker, who has a lot of sink on that heater.
So Cade is now 1 out away from his third 1-2-3 inning of the contest, with his team leading 5-0 and 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth inning. His first pitch to Patelli misses down low. Patelli was one of 2 walks to start the second inning, but did not score. After the double play line drive on a smoke shot hit right at the Braves second baseman Matt Shaw. The 1-0 is hit the opposite field to left, starting back now coming on his Enos, and he makes the two-handed belt-tie catch to retire the side in a hurry in the fourth. So Cade Boxrucker is dealing. The Bravos bats are feeling it. 5-0 Braves as we're through 4 here at McKeon Park.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Grab your hot dog and your lawn chair. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
More time on Cape Cod.
Top half of the 5th inning, 5-0 Braves your score here. As we're just about halfway through this one at McKeon Park, Max Sands joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo. In relief of Jay Driver, Ty Langenberg came into the game in the 4th inning, was able to set down the bottom third of the Bravos lineup in order 1-2-3. He now gets to face the top third in the lineup as Bryce Eblin will lead things off.
And underrated. I just hit that note. I don't know if you heard that.
Did that sneak on the air?
What do you mean sneak? You're welcome.
We'll have to listen back and put that one on social media maybe later
Let's
tonight.
not do
Flash
that.
it.
Let's not do that.
You seem very proud of it. You know, got to give you your shot.
Yeah, I
It's
seem
your
proud
big
of it in
break.
the moment, but once it gets viral, I mean, I'm already viral enough, so.
Can monetize it. 5-0 Braves your score. And again, pitching the story so far on the other end for the Bravos. Cade Boxrucker is not allowed to hit through 4. Here's Bryce Eblin to lead things off. Langenberg's first pitch is rolled over on the ground to first. Matulia will pick it up, alligator style, and take it to the first base bag in time to retire Eblin by a step. 1 away. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Langenberg. He's set down the first 4 batters he has faced. Matt Horvath now coming to the plate. He's grounded to the third baseman in Jeb twice tonight. The first one resulted in an E5 as Jeb's throw sailed on him and flew over the head of Matulia, the first baseman, which allowed Eblin to score from first. And then grounded out to Jeb to end the second inning as well. Langenberg winds and fires. His first pitch is swung on and driven deep in the air out to right field. Sirota raging back towards the track. At the wall, he leaps. This one's gone. No one can stop Mac Horvath as he takes this one out the other way to give the Braves a 6-0 lead.
This guy just goes bridge with the best of them. I mean, not many people hit the ball out of this ballpark, and not many people hit the ball out of this ballpark to dead right field. Not many right-handed hitters hit it that direction. Mac Horvath don't care. I'll swing 3-0, hit it out of the ballpark. I'll walk you off with a grand slam. I'll go the opposite way and put it over the 358 right field fence right under the scoreboard. And I'll continue to add onto this Braves lead. The Bravos are bursting out of that little bit of a rut they were in over the past couple games with a half a dozen runs here in just the 5th inning.
Horvath's 3rd home run on this season already, the first the other way. Here's Matt Shaw, who homered himself a couple innings ago. First pitch is in there for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. The wind is blowing out in that direction, so probably aided that ball off the bat of Horvath just a little bit as the right fielder Sirota almost had a play on it. 0-1, fastball taken down and away. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So after his 5-game hitting streak was snapped yesterday, Shaw looking to start a new one after that home run to straightaway center in the 3rd. 1-1 is found straight back on a breaking ball. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shaw was 0 for his last 5 entering that plate appearance. Had struck out 3 times. But leading the league in plenty of categories. Matt Shaw, a little slump. Only lasts maybe a couple of days, it seems. 1-2, fouled straight back. Count will stay the same. He had a little stretch where he had an 0 for 5 game after his double-digit hit streak was snapped. That was last week. And then came back against the Kettleers and drove in a trio. The 1-2 is tap foul third base side. Shaw stays alive. Count stays at 1-2. He picked up a couple hits, including a double off the wall. Almost left the yard for the first time at Doran Park. Langenberg from the first base side, glove in front of his face, shakes once, now nods. Winds and fires is 1-2. In the dirt, picked on and hop by Corona, the catcher. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Evan Slate on deck, then it'll be Chris Brito. 6-0 Braves, your score. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a high pop-up first base side and out of play. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a really lengthy plate appearance pieced together by Shaw as another right-hander starts to warm up down the left field line for Hyannis as it looks to be a bullpen day. Again, Driver just went 3. Langenberg now through an inning in a 3rd. 1-2, ground to the right side, wide of first, past a diving Matulia in the right field for a base hit. So Matt Shaw picks up another multi-hit game as the All-Star is on first base here with 1 down.
Number 27.
And even though Horvath just hit a home run in that direction, and nobody, and I mean nobody, hits the ball harder and more consistently to the opposite field than Matt Shaw, by the dive of Matulia and quickly into the right field grass. Now the Braves, who've been aggressive stealing bases, have their base-stealing leader on first with his 1 out here in the 5th inning.
Here's Evan Slight. He's 1 for 2, singled in the 1st, grounded out to first, back in the 3rd. First pitch, swing and a miss. Massive rip from Slight. The count moves to 0-1. So now Shaw has 34 hits on the team. As he continues to make a case, I'd say, at least one of the candidates for the MVP award this summer. So the 0-1's in the dirt, glances off the backhanded glove attempt of Corona, scampering into second base. Scampering, make that, I should say, is Matt Shaw as he advances on the wild pitch. Now in scoring position here with 1 down. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here. Braves looking to add on. 4 runs in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th. Have picked up 8 hits, quadrupling their total from last night where they picked up 2. Shaw with really good speed takes his lead from second. 1-1. Swinging a soft tapper to short, fielded by Patelli behind the bag. Gathers his feet and throws to over to first base. That'll retire Slight. For out number 2, Shaw advances to 3rd on the play.
And I got some Cape League connection news in the MLB draft.
Okay, let's hear it.
Jackson Holliday selected as the 1st overall pick by the Baltimore Orioles. Jackson Holliday, son of former big leaguer Matt Holliday, who is son of Chatham manager Tom Holliday.
Look
So
at
Tom
that.
Holliday's grandson, the first overall pick in the MLB draft tonight.
First pitch to Brito is a breaking ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes to count. So probably a happy dugout in Chatham tonight. His manager, Tom Holliday, continues to pass the baton down their bloodline. So the next pitch is taken down, away ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. And neither Tom or Matt could say they were a first-round pick, so congratulations to Jackson going first overall. 2-0 to Brito. Swing and a miss. Huge rip on a breaking ball. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike.
And we've been seeing that a lot this year. Non-fastballs and usually fastball counts. You don't want to throw a fastball to Brito, so you go to your best slider on a 2-0 pitch, and it confuses the Braves' big-time power bat.
2-1. Just a little bit outside. Another fastball. Brito climbs in the driver's seat here. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 run already in on the solo shot off the bat of Horvath. Shaw currently takes his lead over at third after getting on via the single to right. 3-1. Taken down and away for ball 4. Brito picks up walk number 21 of the season.
Mr. Take Your Base.
As he trots over to first base. Runners at the corners, 2 down for Carson Jones. Jones reached via the 5-4 fielder's choice all the way back in the 3rd inning. Stole second, but then ended the frame. After trying to take third, George Corona made a perfect throw over there to nab Jones for the 2nd time this summer. He's now 5 for 7 in stolen base attempts. First pitch. Swinging a pop up third base side, foul ground. This will hop out of play towards the home bullpen as the count moves to 0-1.
And I hate to do it to a Braves player, but I got to be consistent. I have to be an objective journalist here. Carson Jones' pants have seen better days.
Right on the right hamstring as he digs back into the left-hander's batter's box. Probably on that slide into second base on the stolen back. 0-1. Slashed foul, a little bit late on a heater as this one jumps over the third base grandstands out of play. 0-2. Jones, the 6th batter to the plate in this inning. John Peck would be the 7th if he could come to the plate. He's on deck. Infield straight up, outfield as well. Brito takes his lead from first, Shaw from third. 6-0 lead for the Braves. Langenberg from the stretch. 0-2. Fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sun starting to set here. Entire field covered in shadows. The lights in play. Still light blue skies on the horizon, however. Sun setting beyond the third base grandstands here at McKeon Park. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him for strike 3 on a fastball well up and out of the zone as Langenberg limits the damage to 1 here in the top of the 5th. However, the Braves strike again on the solo shot the other way off the bat of Matt Horvath, his 3rd round tripper of the year. 6-0 Braves your score. With that, let's send things down to Ethan Frank for Around the Cape.
Around the Cape is here in Hyannis, and let's start with an absolute barn burner at Lowell Park in the bottom of the 6th inning. I don't know if they're going to finish 9 innings tonight. It's 7-7 between Falmouth and Katuitt. Falmouth, who tied Wareham last night, both of those teams remain in a tie for 4th place in the West Division. That game, bottom 6 in Katuitt. Wareham and Orleans going at it in an interdivision battle. Orleans and Wareham tied at 1. Also in the East, Brewster, who just beat Bourne last night, is tied with YB 3-3 top 7. That game going on at Stony Brook Field. And Audis, just like you guys were talking about, Chatham leads Harwich 2-0 in the bottom of the 1st inning. Lyle Miller Green with a 2-run home run as Jackson Holliday, Tom Holliday's grandson, was taken number 1 overall. I mean, how poetic is baseball, Max?
It's beautiful, I'll tell you that. What a tremendous moment for Tom. And again, it doesn't get much better than that. Bottom half of the 5th inning, officially halfway through this one. Six to nothing, Braves your score. as Brendan Cumming, the former Brave, will lead things off here against Cade Boxrucker, his former teammate for just about 5 games. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Max, I have to ask you this. Are you the creator of bad lip reading? Are you behind that?
I was having a tough time. I thought something urgent was happening over here. Both Ben and Calvin to my left were screaming at me.
Screaming? We didn't say a word.
0-1 is tapped back to the mound. Boxrucker picks it up on the high hop and tosses across to retire. Coming for out number 1. I shouldn't say screaming, but
we were non-vocally screaming?
Yes, you were. And I was
That's the name of my newest autobiography.
And thank goodness I could read Calvin's handwriting, because then he wrote it down in the scorebook, was able to pick it up. So that was Brendan Cumming, the former Brave, from the first week or so of the season, played in 5 games, was pinch hitting. Not just his 3rd appearance for the Harbor Hawks this season. That sends up Christian Moore to the plate here with 1 down. Moore for 1, stung a ball on a line to the second baseman in Shaw, who was able to grab it out of the air and shovel to Peck, covering the bag for the 4-6 double play. 0-1, swinging a soft tapper to short, cut off by Eblin, the third baseman, who throws on the run to first base to get Moore for out number 2. Taking that one right out of the glove of John Peck right there was Eblin, racing across from him. Picked it up, hip height, and on the run as per usual, threw a strike to Brito. 2 up, 2 down here for Boxrucker.
Boxrucker just a really different pitcher when he is throwing strikes. Takes, for example, his 1-2-3 innings. Didn't allow a walk, but when he went walk, hit by pitch, that's when he ran into some trouble in the second, was able to get out of it. Now with 2 gone in the 5th, I don't want to say the 2 magic words, but there's 2 zeros in the Hyannis score column, and they have 2 errors.
Here's Philip Matulia to the plate. First pitch is a breaking ball in the outside corner. 0-1 the count. So Boxrucker has been in a rocking chair through 4 2/3 of an inning's work tonight. Has faced the minimum in 3 of his 4 innings of work and got into that troublesome frame where he walked 2 and hit 1 in order, as the next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. 0-2, but was able to get out of that inning thanks to the double play and the soft comebacker back to him on the mound. Now has had 2 back in his direction tonight, in which he's fielded both cleanly here. 6-0 Braves, bottom of the 5th. Boxrucker looking for another quick frame. Turns, kicks, and fires. Here's his 0-2. Runs outside with a heater. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
And just 1 strikeout for Boxrucker on the night. That came on the final out of the 3rd when he got Sirota swinging. But looking for his 15th out of the game and potentially his 2nd punch out.
Here's his 1-2. Breaking ball and taken down low, blocked by the catcher and Frank. Matulia caught out in his front hip right there. Almost took a swing at it, but takes it for ball 2, so the count evens up here. Wind continuing the blowout towards right, which is Matulia's pull side. It's just really struggled to get things going here at McKeon Park. Now 5 for 32, hitting below 160 here at home. Long hold from Boxrucker. Here's his 2-2. Fastball rings him up for strike 3. A heater sizzling across the inside corner as Boxrucker faces the minimum for the 4th time tonight, as he is not allowed a hit through 5 innings of work. Top of the 6th coming up. 6-0 Bravos your score.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand, it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
Let's take you back out to the ball game. It's time for more Bourne Braves baseball.
Top half of the 6th inning, Braves lead it by that much. 6-0 your score here at McKeon Park. Is Cade Boxrucker is in some groove tonight as he has shut down a Harbor Hawks offense that has scored 24 runs over the last 2 nights, has put up 2 zeros in the run hits errors column so far this evening. We'll look to keep it going as he heads out for the bottom of the 6th inning. John Peck will lead things off, however, here against Ty Langerberg, who comes out for his 3rd inning of work, was able to set down the trio due up in this frame back in the 4th in order 1, 2, 3. Here's John Peck to lead things off. Langenberg kicks and fires his first pitch. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Peck struck out swinging back in the 4th inning. Reached on an E6 from Pitelli. That pushed across another run to score. And that was a lengthy first for this Harbor Hawks defense that committed 2 errors. 0-1 is down and away. Count evens up. Very reminiscent of the first inning the Braves had against Falmouth earlier this week, where they made 3 errors in the bottom half of the first inning and would lose that game by 1 run, 4-3. 1-1 taken down away. 2-1 the count here on Peck.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm pretty shook about what's going on in the MLB draft right now.
You want to talk about it?
I don't not want to talk about it.
I mean, we just got the news. Kuma Rocker getting drafted 3rd by the Texas Rangers. The 2-1 is swung on and missed. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Peck.
Now they have Rocker and Leiter.
And for those that don't know, Rocker was drafted by the Mets last year, but that did not go through because of some physical issues.
And for those who don't know, there is one guy in the Braves dugout right now that is a home run off Jack Leiter.
2-2, swing and a miss, 4 strike 3. Peck set down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. 1 up, 1 down here for Langerberg in the 6th inning.
His name rhymes with Hosh Hoyland, if you can figure that one out.
Josh Moylan over there, so he probably feels good about that. And then Alan Espinal, the backstop for this Braves team, has got both Rocker and Leiter. Of course, his freshman year, Rocker and Leiter's senior year a couple years back.
That was a good baseball team,
to say the least. Here's Tomas Frick. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. Langenberg falls behind at 1 ball, no strikes. I mean, that's going to be some special story, assuming that both Rocker and Leiter make it up to the big leagues. Leiter pitching in the Futures game yesterday in L.A. He's on his way. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a foul tip held on by Corona for strike 1. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike here. Rocker himself getting an opportunity now with Texas. The pitch is taken down away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count, which had to have been just such a strange situation for him because you get drafted. That has to be the moment he had been waiting for his entire life. As Langenberg kicks and fires, there's his 2-1. Fastball for a strike over the heart of the plate. 2-2.
And I'll tell you this. Hitters in the Atlantic League are going to be sleeping a little bit better tonight, knowing they don't have to face that guy.
Absolutely. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider gets Frick twirling in a circle as he went after that one out of the zone. 3 strikeouts now for Langenberg, all to the last 3 batters he's faced. 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning as that brings up Ryan Enos to the plate. But I just cannot imagine what the feeling would be like, especially for Rocker, who was one of the more highly anticipated players over the last 5 years entering any draft for Major League Baseball. It's the first pitch of the fastball for a strike at the knees, 0-1. All of a sudden, it falls through because the Mets don't want to pay you that larger signing bonus because of the failed physical. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Eno's out in front of his front foot on a breaking ball, down and out. Count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. Braves players hoping that some of their names are called within the next few nights here. A couple of the notables that are draft eligible: Chris Brito, Evan Slight. 0-2 is taken down away. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Bryce Eblin, the top of the order, on deck here. Braves lead it 6-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. Langenberg fires. Here's his 1-2. Swinging a hard line drive, sinking fast down into left center field. That's a base hit as McConnell will play it on a hop. So welcome to the Braves, Ryan Enos, his first hit in a Braves uniform and here on the Cape as he represents Division III quite well with a hard stinger right up the bumps.
And that's what he does. He's not going to get you plus extra base hit power as the Braves dugout gets really happy that They throw the ball back into the dugout. His first Cape League base hit under his head coach, Scott Landers. But he's not going to hit extra base hits up the yard. He is going to get a lot of hard hit line drives, doubles down the line. He is just a base hit machine and a really good addition to this Braves offense.
Here's Bryce Eblin. First pitch is a fastball at the top of the zone for a strike. No balls, 1 strike here. And Enos himself got a heater at the top portion of the K zone and was able to get on top of it. A screamer that got down in center field for a base hit. Not a big lead over there for him at first base. Here's the 0-1. Taken down low. Count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mac Horvath on deck after his opposite field home run back just an inning ago in the 5th. The Braves cruising through their lineup so far tonight. Eblin already up to the plate for his 4th plate appearance this evening. 1-1. Spit on, taken down and in with a heater for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And you can thank me for this later, but I'm giving you an opportunity to get some redemption here. We talked about mascots the other night.
Oh, no.
What's the
I don't
SUNY
even wanna know.
Oswego mascot?
See, I should know this because my Ithaca Bombers played them this year. 2-1. It's smoked on the ground, up the middle, past a lunging Patelli into center field for a base hit. Enos will scamper into second base, so Bryce Eblin picks up his 3rd hit of the night. 1st and 2nd, 2 down.
And you can play, the East Coast card all the way. I'm from the West Coast.
No excuse here.
Right, but I can tell you Seattle Pacific's the Falcons, so you can take that excuse and throw it out. Okay.
Well, you are in a small percentage of East Coasters that know that one. But I vaguely remember an eagle, a bird.
You're not close.
Goodness.
Do you vaguely remember a ship of a steering wheel of a ship?
No.
Is there a specific name for a steering ship vessel?
First pitch on the way to Horvath is a fastball in the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
They're the Lakers.
Lakers, gotcha. Green and gold, though.
That one in one ear, out the other. I'll ask you tomorrow.
0-1. Breaking ball popped up, skied, foul territory. The catcher and Corona calling everybody off. Throws his mask towards the turf, makes the catch with 2 hands. That will end the inning. The Braves strand a couple, pick up 2 hits, but leave both Eblin and Enos at 1st and 2nd, respectively. Bottom of the 6th coming up, 6-0 Braves, your score.
Can first pitch not come soon enough? Well, don't worry. Before the Bravos has you covered. Starting 15 minutes before first pitch at home or on the road, Before the Bravos has the pregame insight and analysis you need to get game ready. From exclusive interviews, a first look at the opposition, lineup breakdowns, and so much more, Before the Bravos is the best place to start your evening of baseball. Before the Bravos, 15 minutes before first pitch, every game day, live on the Born Braves YouTube stream.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they are investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
This is Nigel Belgrave, pitcher from the University of Maryland. This is Born Braves Baseball.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, Braves lead it 6-0 here at McKeon Park. Max Stanzjone alongside Calvin Cristoforo here, as it has been a struggle offensively for the Harbor Hawks tonight after they have exploded the last couple of evenings. They'll send up 9-1-2 against Cade Boxrucker, who has been the best we've seen him so far this year.
Yeah, this guy is straight up in his zone right now. 4 of his 5 innings have been 1-2-3 frames, and the other one, he got bailed out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation with a line drive, hit right back at his second baseman. He's been throwing the ball really, really well. Besides the fact he walked back-to-back men in the second inning, he has been attacking the zone, a lot of soft hits, only 2 punch-outs, but he's been really good at inducing softly hit balls.
Riku Nishida will lead things off here, the speedy left-handed hitter. He shows bunt, pulls back late as it's taken down in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And that was an interesting setup there itself because he almost took a step back, trying to lean into that one in a way, maybe trying to push bunt right there. As he digs back into the left-hander's batter's box. Brito in front of the bag at first. Eblin, same story at third. 1-0 is in there for a strike at the inside corner. Looked like Nishida was trying to slash that one right there. As the count evens up at 1-1.
It's kind of like a hybrid softball slap and baseball bunt. Trying to hit it hard, potentially get Eblin creeping and hit it towards the shortstop.
1-1 from Boxrucker. Fastball for a strike, 1-2. And when he picked up, or when I should say he put the ball on the ground to Peck back in the third inning, it almost looked like he threw the bat at the ball. It was a pitch down and away towards his ankles. And as he was finishing his backswing, he just let go of the bat as it flew towards the first base dugout. So the 1-2 is up and away for ball 2, 2-2. Not extremely far. It wasn't like he was chucking this thing towards the Braves, but it just floated maybe about 5 feet outside the batter's circle. And again, that oh-so-fun slapstick style of play. As he chokes up here with 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a tapper back towards the mound. Eblin charging towards his left. Picks it up on the run. His throw to first base is not in time. Rico Nishida special. A tapper to the left of Eblin. Picks up the first hit of the night for the Harbor Hawks and snaps the string of 5 hitless innings twirled together by Cade Boxrucker.
So now you can say it, the no-hitter is over for Cade Boxrucker. But that's the first time we've really got to see Riku Nishida run down the first baseline. It's fun to watch. The guy straight up flies, and now you have to be cautious about him sealing his 20th base of the season with Hyannis down by a half a dozen here in the 6th.
First pitch to Jeb is slashed foul for strike 1. 0-1. Nishida took a phantom step towards first base right there. So you got speed on first base, speed at the plate in Jeb, who has 15 stolen bags of his own. And a good opportunity here for the Harbor Hawks to get back in this ball game. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Boxrucker from the stretch, checks over at first. Very close play, but Nishida will get back in safely with a dive as the 0-1 still awaits. Nishida had just picked up 2 at-bats against the Braves in 4 appearances when these two teams had faced, but had never started. Was coming in primarily as a defensive replacement. As here's the 0-1, Nishida takes off, pitch down low. Frick can't find the handle as Nishida will slide in safely without a contest. 20th stolen bag for Nishida as he continues to pace the Cape Cod League in that category. He's in scoring position now as the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, he just flies. He hates being on first base. He must get so frustrated when bases are loaded. Like, come on, I want to steal that base. And now he's in scoring position. You got speed on the bases. You got speed at home plate here with nobody out in the inning.
1-1 to Jeb. Swinging a line drive, overshot into right center field for a base hit. Nishida going to get the stop sign at third as he slowly walks into third base. A single for Jeb. Sets up a first and third spot here with nobody down. And obviously Nishida had to hold right there to make sure Shaw didn't catch it, but it looked like he gave up on that play. Thought he still may have had a chance to score with his speed, but down by 6, nobody out, playing it safe.
Yeah, absolutely, but I agree with you. He kind of looked like he held up there going from second to third. I think he could have scored with ease if he wanted to. But now you get a first and third situation. Jeb can run. He has 15 stolen bases on the season. That's second behind his teammate in Nishida, who's at third. So if I'm Hyannis, I am stealing. And if I'm the Braves, I am throwing through here and allowing the run to score. If you can get Jeb, that's worth it.
Boxrucker needs outs right here. His first pitch, up and away with a heater. Count moves to 1 ball, no strikes. Sirota has been a hot hitter as of late, now 8 for 20. Through 6 games here on the Cape, looking to extend his hitting streak to 5 games. Middle infield playing back. Brito holding on Jeb over at first base. Righty on right. Here's Boxrucker's 1-0. Jeb goes, pitch a strike. Frick's throw down to second base is not in time. Shaw now comes back to the plate. The tag on Nishida. He got him. What a play by Matt Shaw, gunning down Nishida at the plate to keep a 0 on the board, at least for now, as the Harbor Hawks cannot execute the first and third double steal.
I mean, what can't this guy, Matt Shaw, not do? They had the cutoff play on in front of the second base bag. They were not throwing through. Shaw with a quick transfer back to home plate. A bang-bang play. I think a call that could have gone either way. It goes in the Braves' favor. as the Bravos now continue to put a 0 on the scoreboard in the Hyannis run column.
So 1 down now. Jeb with really good speed takes his lead from second. Pitch is down and away. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. And Nishida was just a little bit hesitant over there at third base. Matt Shaw was standing right in front of the second base bag to catch the throw from Frick, which was right on line, a really good throw. Jeb was going to beat it out either way. And then the throw from Shaw was perfect as it was right at the heel of Nishida, who was sliding in feet first. Jeb going for third, pitch on the way, a strike. Frick's throw down to third in plenty of time, but Eblin can't hold on to it as it hops off the heel of his glove and rolls towards the third base dugout. Safe at third is Jeb. And again, Eblin looks to be a little shaken up there, maybe got cleated towards the wrist area. But that throw was in plenty of time to retire Jeb. Surprised that the Harbor Hawks are being this aggressive here, down by 6 after Nishida was just thrown out at the plate.
Yeah, you can think about it that way, but you can also think about it, that's their game. That's how they are 7 games over 500 right now. A team that loves to run. They don't want to get away from their identity. But Frick put a ball right on the shoes of the runner in Jeb. Eblin had the tag down there, but Jeb kicked it out. So he's at third base. Hyannis with another opportunity to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
2-2 the count here with 1 down. Infield playing back. But take a ground ball out for a run. Breaking ball misses down and away. Count runs full at 3-2.
Still up by 6 runs here. You don't want to walk anyone because even if the guy from third scores, it's still a 5-run ball game. So attacking the strike zone should be at the front of Boxrucker's mind, who looks to dance through 6 really good innings for the Braves tonight.
6-0, Bravos your score. Here's Boxrucker's 3-2. Swinging a hard line drive center field. Horvath racing back towards the track. Reaches up to make the catch for out number 2. Tagging from third and walking home is Jeb. He will score as he stomps on home plate. So that stolen base paying major dividends as he comes around to score on the Sirota sacrifice fly. 6-1, Born your score.
And you'll give up that trade every single time. Here comes Scott Landers out to the mound, and he is going to put a stop on what has been a really good night by the Campbell right-hander.
Boxrucker not happy with it, put his hands in the air as Landers was walking out towards the mound. Landers gives him a pat on the back as he will make way to the bullpen. Fantastic work from Cade Boxrucker as he allows a run on 2 hits through 5 2/3 of an inning's work, the best we've seen him so far this year. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Base is empty as Cole McConnell will be due up when we return.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50/50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bournebraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Bourne Braves or head to @BourneBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BourneBraves and use the hashtag player of the game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third baseline, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand.
This is Seth Keener from Wake Forest, right-handed pitcher, and this is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The night for Cade Boxrucker is done, who had twirled together 5 no-hit innings. Allows a run on 2 hits here in the 6th. As the Braves make way to Matt Duffy, who was just activated recently to make his Bourne debut.
From Canisius, Max, let's rip the Band-Aid off. What's the mascot for Canisius?
No clue. I'm gonna pull one out of my back pocket. The Golden Griffins.
Wow, that is what Google can do for you, folks.
What are you talking about? I guessed that
Yep,
one.
you guessed the Golden Griffins.
That was the mascot at my high school.
That is a generic college mascot guess. So I'm glad you pulled out the Golden Griffins so it didn't look like you looked it up. But he was really good for them this season. 16 starts, 104 innings, an ERA at 3.8. A guy who has been really solid and can punch you out. 124 strikeouts in 104 innings.
He'll face Cole McConnell here in his Cape Cod League debut. The righty fires his first pitch. It's a fastball upstairs. 1-0 on the count. How about that? 104 innings this year in spring ball. So he was able to provide a lot of length for his Golden Griffins this year. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a high pop-up left field. Got some late carry, but he knows. As in his tracks right in front of the track down the left field line to make the catch. That will end the inning. 2 pitches, 1 out for Matt Duffy in his Braves debut. That sends us to the top of the 7th. 6-1, Bourne your score.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Bourne Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bournebraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Bourne Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bournebraves.org.
This is Ryan Fisher, right-handed pitcher, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Go Bourne Braves.
Top half of the 7th inning, 6-1. Braves your score. The Harbor Hawks getting on the board thanks to the RBI sacrifice fly to score Mitch Jab back in the 6th inning. We got a good one here at Doran Park. A 5-run lead here for the Braves as they look to gain some ground on the Harbor Hawks as they trail them by just about 4 or 5 points in the Western standings. New pitcher on the mound in relief of Langenberg is going to be Hammerberg tonight, who the Braves have seen a couple times this season.
This guy's got a big curveball. He lives up to his name this season for Hyannis, and he can really swing it. The Ohio State Buckeye. Don't have to ask you about that one. ERA of .69 this year, only allowing 1 earned run. That came all the way back on June 21st against Brewster. Since then, the guy has been nails, including 5 scoreless innings against the very Braves lineup he'll face tonight, surrendering just 2 hits.
They'll get the middle third of this Bravos order. Matt Shaw, Evan Slight, and Chris Brito here. Braves offense, well, it's back at least for tonight after a really quiet couple of nights over this past week. 2 hits yesterday, left a total of 6 on, had 9 base runners throughout the entire 9 innings. 7 of those for walks. Were 9 for their last 37 coming into this evening with runners in scoring position, and that has been changed tonight. Also, a couple of long balls, that won't hurt you either. Matt Shaw going to straightaway center field for his 5th, and Matt Horvath for his 3rd in just about the span of a week goes out to straightaway right field. A couple of times we've seen some Braves hitters go the opposite field for a home run. Matt Shaw, another, who did so over at Lowell Park in Kentuit. He comes to the plate right here, looking to pick up his 3rd hit of the night. 2 for 3, also singled back in the 5th inning. Hammerberg winds and fires his first pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. Pretty decent crowd on hand tonight. Has thinned out just a little bit. Third base grandstands, about 50% full now. Was about 95% full at first pitch. 1-0. Fastball clips the outside corner. Count evens up. Got some fans down the left field side in foul territory on just a little berm. That leads up to another grandstand where you got some fans out there. Hammerberg winds and fires. This is 1-1. Breaking ball drops over Broadway for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Berm back in the ball game.
It is. You know I had to bring it back.
We've got into a little bit of a rhythm of getting that word in every other game.
Second time this week I've used it.
Wow.
1-2, breaking ball up and in. Count evens up. at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, it's really hard to decline. That's a good word. I mean, you can argue it all you want, but it's a good word.
It's unique, too. I mean, you know your words, and you hadn't heard it before. So
I don't know many words.
2-2 is down and away ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, I learned from the Calvin Cristoforo dictionary when I was growing up, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I do know how to spell the word because, which is a big accomplishment. Crossed that hurdle a couple years back.
Count is full here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a soft tapper down the third base side and foul. Count stays full.
I'm working on spelling atmosphere, but I've been practicing that for a couple of months now. I'm still working on it.
That's really tough.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I could do that myself. ATHMOPH.
No need to show off here, Tanzer. No need to show off.
I think I might be off, honestly. That was a tough showing. 3-2 again. Breaking ball smoked on a line with some slice. Sirota ranging out, dives, he can't get it, and Shaw can run for a while. He's digging for 2 and rounding for 3. Sirota just picking it up in the corner. Getting the stop sign at third is Matt Shaw as he continues to pound the ball the other way with authority. He now has 3 legs of the cycle, a home run, a single, and now a triple as he's 90 feet away here with nobody out.
All right, the 2 easy parts are out of the way, and for a guy in Matt Shaw who wakes up with a double a night, now is an opportunity to complete the cycle. Mac Friday has already started to try to research when the last cycle was in the Cape Cod League as he's frantically on his phone over there. So we're going to try to check out where that was. Mac is going at it, hard work over there. Hopefully we have that by the next half inning or so.
Here's Evan Slight with a chance to drive in another run. First pitch is lined hard towards the alley in right center field. That one's down for a base hit, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Shaw will score. Digging for 2 is Slight. He will slide in safely with an RBI double, as that gives the Braves a 7-1 lead. They get that run right back, as they now lead once again by 6. The All-Stars going back-to-back, a triple and a double. Braves continue to roll.
Bravos just love this ballpark. I mean, you come here, and all your hit worries go away. A dozen knocks on the night, 7 runs, back-to-back extra base hits here to begin the 7th inning. No signs of slowing down either. This is a Braves lineup that just loves. There must be something about it. We're going to go investigate. Is it the blue top of the fence? Is it the green wooded backstop?
Might be that berm over in the
Could be the left field berm.
First pitch to Chris Brito is a fastball taken down and away.
That really adds nothing to the field, except for the fact it's fun to say. It could be that.
Good energy, maybe because we're saying it on the air. They hear that, gives them some confidence.
Could be us saying the word berm, that gets them good energy, even though they scored 18 runs this last time we were here. I don't remember saying it, but.
1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here on Berm, Chris Berm, Brito Berm.
Wow, that was a lot of berms in one sentence. That is impressive.
Carson Jones on deck here. Big part of this lineup for the Braves, looking to pour it on here. Slight takes his lead from second, still nobody out. Hammerberg from the stretch. Here's his 2-0. Swinging a pop-up first base side. Flies over our heads. 2-1 the count. I didn't touch it at the time, but there was a pop-out to the catcher in Corona at the end of 6th inning, and that was skied. And I could not find it. Corona, luckily, was just about 5 feet towards his right at the plate.
You didn't notice it, but while you were looking up for it, it was hit so high that I actually ate 2 hamburgers while it was in the air.
2-1 is smoked. Deep in the air, right center field. McConnell drifting back towards the track in front of the wall. He reaches up to make the catch for out number 1. Tagging and heading from second to third is Slight. He'll get in there with the slide. So Chris Brito with a productive out advances Slight 90 feet. Runner 90 feet away now here with Carson Jones for 1 down. Back to what I was saying, I thought that it was coming right for us, and I wasn't going to be able to see it in that twilight.
You were going to lose it in the twilight.
Exactly.
We've seen a couple of balls lost in the twilight here at McKeon Park this season.
Absolutely. If you go back a couple weeks ago, it was the left fielder, I believe, in Pepe who lost one. Or maybe that was Tito Flores, actually.
It was Pepe.
Here's Carson Jones with a chance to add on one more. First pitch is a bender over the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count. And here in most ballparks, the light towers are pretty high, but most of these guys more than capable of skying one over the apex of these light towers, so you can lose it easily. As the 0-1 is another breaking ball, this time taken inside. Jones scoots out of the way as the count evens up. Probably not a fun feeling if you're out there in the outfield and you can't find it. And you got a couple of guys tonight for the Braves in Horvath in center and Enos in left, who are primary infielders as well. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball foul off the facing of the screen in front of the first base dugout to protect the Bat Boys as the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jones is 0 for 2, walked, grounded out to a 5-4 fielder's choice. Struck out swinging back in the 5th on a fastball up and out of the zone. He's picked up a stolen base along the way as well. Already has 5 now here on the season. Slight takes his lead from third, 1 run already in. And the RBI double from Slight himself. 1-2, swinging a ground ball up the middle. Nishida towards his right, picks it up on the run, circles around it, throws to first base to retire Jones for out number 2, but on the play, Slight comes around to score from third base. So that extends the Braves' lead to now 7. It's 8-1 here with 2 away in the top of the 7th inning as Jones picks up RBI number 6 on the year.
Good defensive play by Nishida to even complete that play, though. Had to run in and make a throw on the run with Jones running down the first baseline. Braves continue to add on, now up by a touchdown here in the 7th inning.
Here's John Peck looking for an opportunity to put the ball in play here. Struck out in his last 2 plate appearances. First pitch is grounded hard to first. Matulia will pick it up with 2 hands and takes it to the first base bag unassisted to retire the side. But the Braves pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, no runners left on. They lead it 8-1. It's stretch time here at Doran Park, and with that, let's send things down to Ethan Frank. Ethan, what do you got for us?
Well, the MLB draft is now underway, Max, through 7 picks in the first round, and the big shocker, Kumar Rocker off the board at number 3, just a year after he went 10th overall last year. The Mets, who chose not to sign him. So I caught up with a couple of the Vanderbilt guys, Alan Espinal, Bryce Cunningham. Bryce, just a freshman this year, so didn't play with him. But Alan, who's now had 2 years at Vanderbilt, did get a chance to work with him. And as a catcher, Rocker, obviously a pitcher, they had some overlap. Said he's happy for him and now is on his way to big things. Obviously reunited with his running mate in Jack Leiter, the 1-2 punch for the Commodores. Heard some anchor downs in the dugout from Espinal, but just a really exciting night, as I was talking about. Guys are trying to follow the draft as much as they can while staying focused on the game. Just a very exciting night overall. When I told everyone that Rocker was picked in the dugout, there were shocks running in from the field after the bottom of the 5th inning. Who went first? Who went second? Everyone's just really excited to see what's going on because these are guys these players compare themselves to and strive to be like, and obviously hope they're in the same shoes as them, maybe next year, the year after that, down the line. So it's just a very exciting night for baseball, but especially here in the Cape Cod League.
Absolutely, and for any players that are draft eligible here on the Braves, obviously, a couple of days on the horizon for them too as they get into the later rounds. Have you talked to them about their mindsets moving forward?
I think a lot of them are just focused on what's going on here right now, and that is trying to win this game and just stick with their teammates. Tomorrow's obviously an off day, so maybe a little more action in that. But they said, they're talking to their advisors, seeing if there's anything going on. Some of the guys who left might get drafted, a la Tyler Vogel. You might see his name called tomorrow in rounds 3 through 10. Not sure where, but that's definitely a possibility. So it's just focus on the now and see where it goes from here.
Fantastic stuff. Ethan will continue to keep you updated for any new rumblings on the Major League Baseball draft front. Again, the first 2 rounds tonight. Matt Duffy, out for his 2nd inning of work, was able to get Cole McConnell to fly out to left to end the last inning as George Corona pops this one up, right field side, foul ground. Carson Jones will give it a look, but it'll hop about 10 feet towards his left out of play. Count moves to no balls and 1 strike here.
Underrated part of the ambiance here at McKeon Park. We're on seashells.
Wow.
You didn't even notice that, did you?
I did not. I just thought it was gravel.
No.
You have just opened my eyes to a new light here. Can go collecting, bring some...
You're going to go collecting and bring them back to the field.
Exactly. Well, we can bring a little taste
I'll
over
hold
the
you
door.
to that, even though we don't play here again this year.
Well, that's why we got to bring it back tonight. This is our last chance.
You want to go to the beach tonight and bring back seashells tonight?
No. Here, 1 second. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, right side, second baseman Chaz. Got it. Over to first base, 1 away.
I'm confused by your plan here.
I think this is a big plan. I think we take these seashells.
Yep.
Because the Braves hit so well here at McKeon Park.
Okay.
And bring them over to Doran Park and plant them somewhere on the first base side.
Your plan is stealing Hyannis' seashells.
I wouldn't call them stealing. I'd say collecting.
I'm just going to collect money from the bank.
This isn't money. This is mojo.
All right.
There's no price on mojo. I'll tell you that.
Well, there's price on seashells.
Here's Dominic Patelli. First pitch is cut on a miss, gets a big fastball and takes a big rip. Count moves to no balls and 1 strike here.
Don't you think they're going to notice that a bunch of their shells are gone?
I just think we need 3 or 4.
Okay, put them where? Like in the press box?
We could put them in the press box. We could put them underneath the first base bag. Next pitch is
Underneath the
upstairs,
first
ball
base
1.
bag. How do you plan to do that?
Well, we could just take it out.
You have no plan. You have no plan.
Put it inside the little tube.
You don't have a plan.
That the first base bag is inserted to,
Just
and
say
then they're
you-
there for life.
Just say you don't have a plan.
I do. I've thought this out really quickly in the last 30 seconds. 1-1. Inside. Patelli scoots out of the way. 2-1 the count. 8-1. Braves your score here in the bottom of the 7th inning as they continue to explode offensively here at McKeon Park. 18 runs 8 days ago when they were here last. Not as many tonight, 8, but nonetheless still a 7-run lead. They feel mighty comfortable. Here's the 2-1. Bounce straight back. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we speak, a left-hander warming up in the bullpen down the left field line for the Harbor Hawks. So we'll see if Hammerberg's night is done entering the top half of the 8th. Harbor Hawks now have 8 outs to work with in this ball game. Have just picked up 1 run on 2 hits. Remember, Cade Boxrucker was tremendous tonight. 5 no-hit innings before he got into some trouble in the 6th. Was able to go 5 2/3, his best outing of the year. 2-2 from Duffy. Swinging a high fly ball, shallow left center. Horvath got a late read on it. Reaches up with his hat flying off and all to make the catch. Lunging towards the infield for out number 2. So 3 up, 3 down for Duffy so far in his Braves career. 2 quick outs here to open up this bottom of the 7th.
The Griffins look golden here in his first Braves outing. 3 up, 3 down, trying to work through a quick 1-2-3 7th inning.
I'm really happy I got that reference right there.
Thanks. I'm glad I made you get that reference. An inning of go. Has to get through old friend here, Brennan Cumming, to finish off this 7th frame. 1-2-3.
And Cumming pinch hit for Pepe. Back all the way in the 5th, but ground back right to Boxrucker. It's the first pitch is a breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1. In 5 games with the Braves in mid-June, Cumming was 2 for 16, but one of those hits, a home run at Orleans, a screaming line drive that just snuck over the left field wall. Drove in 3 as well. 0-1, swinging a foul straight back. Cap moves to no balls and 2 strikes.
To my knowledge, and I could be wrong on this, but the first Cape League alum has gone off the board. In the MLB draft, Brooks Lee, who was with YD last season, from Cal Poly, taken 8th overall to the Minnesota Twins. So a guy who was just at Doran Park right around 365 days ago. Just picked from the first round of the MLB draft.
0-2, swinging a ground ball right to John Peck at short. He gobbles it up, steps across. His throw to first base is in time to retire his old buddy in Cumming, as that will retire the side. Duffy has faced the minimum through an inning and a third so far. That jumps us to the top half of the 8th. All Braves tonight as they lead at 8-1 here on the Born Braves Radio Network.
43 of the Braves' 44 regular season games this summer will take place on the Cape, but for the first time ever on July 25th, Polar Park, home of the Worcester Red Sox, will host a Cape Cod League game when the Bravos take on the Wareham Gatemen at 6:45. Gates open at 5:45, and admission is $10 to watch the Braves take on a West Division rival on an even greater stage.
The Braves are the reigning champs of the Cape Cod League West Division, but the West in 2022 is loaded again and as wild as ever. With 6 games against Hyannis, Wareham, Falmouth, and West Division runner-up Katuitt, it's a packed slate against division foes thirsty for revenge. To check out where and when the division matchups go down, head to our website, bornbraves.org, and check out the Bravos' full schedule.
After COVID-19 canceled the 2020 season and shortened 2021, this year will be the first since 2019 with a full 44-game schedule and an 8-team playoff. That means you can catch the Braves squaring off with each team in the West 6 times and each team in the East 4 times. It's a jam-packed slate for the Braves in 2022, and you can check out the squad's complete schedule on our website, bornbraves.org.
Hey, this is Ty Cummings, Braves pitcher from Campbell University, and this is Born Braves Baseball.
8-1 is the Braves' lead as we begin the top half of the 8th inning here from McKeon Park in Hyannis. Back with Max Stanzer, I'm Calvin Cristoforo. The Braves scored 4 runs in the top of the first inning tonight, helped out by 2 Hyannis errors, and really since have never looked back. A couple of solo home runs, and then a 2-run 7th inning after a triple and a double back-to-back from Matt Shaw and Evan Slight. That ended the night for Hammerberg, and now Hyannis goes back to the bullpen for the third time tonight, and it's the left-hander and Connor O'Halloran.
Out of Michigan, this will be his 6th outing of the summer so far, and he's gotten hit hard. He's at least allowed 1 run in 4 of his first 5 outings of the summer so far. 13.5 ERA, 13 strikeouts to 7 walks in 7 1/3 of an inning's work. Opponents hitting .267 and slugging .533 against him. So the Braves, who have been swinging it really well tonight, looking to keep that trend going as they enter the 8th inning.
It'll be 8-9-1. Frick, Enos, and Eblin due up here against the Michigan left-hander. Out of the wind, his first pitch. Swung on and missed. A fastball upstairs past the Braves catcher for strike 1. Frick 0 for 3 in the night, a couple of strikeouts and a pop to second. The 0-1. Swing and hit off the end of the bat, but into left field, a base hit, and that has to feel good for Tomas Frick. Just his 2nd hit of the season, and it comes in the same ballpark when he hit his first. 2 knocks on the year now for Frick. He stands at first base. Now 2 for 27 on the campaign.
And that's got to feel really good, too, because the first one was sort of just a cue shot off the end of the bat that snuck into right field. That one squared up, a hard line drive into left field. No question it was getting over Patelli's head at short. Let's see if the Braves can add on down here.
Here is Ryan Enos, 1 for 3 in his Braves debut. He swings and hit one off the handle, softwood to the shortstop in Patelli, goes to second for 1, on to first, a double play. So Frick, single to begin this inning, is quickly eliminated off the bases. A 6-4-3 double play turned by Patelli, Nishida, and Matulia. And quickly 2 are out for the top of the Braves order and the suddenly red-hot Bryce Eblin.
And that was a really quick turn by Patelli, who had ranged deep in the hole towards his right, circled around it, which got him at a good angle to sling it over to Nishida, the second baseman. Got that quick turn, which allowed Nishida to throw over to get Enos, who runs fairly well.
So here's Bryce Eblin for the 5th time tonight, 3 for 4 on the ledger. Takes a swing and a miss on a slider down below the zone for strike 1. 8-1 is the Braves' lead. Bravos have led from start to this point after a 4-run top of the first inning, aided by 2 bad Hyannis errors. Eblin's been a big part of the Braves' success. He's 3 for 4. The 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1.
And this is a huge lead for the Braves, not just on the scoreboard, but also in terms of the importance of this ball game, because they could pick up 2 games on Hyannis now tonight, where it seemed like they were falling well behind. If they lose this game, they fall to 8 points behind the Harbor Hawks for second place.
The 1-1. Braves looking to keep pace with the Harbor Hawks, and Falmouth has taken a late lead on Kituitt at Lowell Park. So the Braves trying to pick up 2 points and the 2 teams ahead of them in the West Division standings and try to snap that little 2-game losing stretch the Bravos are on. The 2-1 to Eblin is swung through on a slider at the knees. The count goes to 2-2.
And a couple of massive rips from Bryce on a couple of pitches down and in. Again, up by a lot right here, maybe looking to show off some extra base pop. Majority of his hits this year have been singles.
2 pitch coming with 2 outs to number 2. Here it is. In the dirt, 3-2. So the Braves would love to get Bryce Eblin on. Mac Horvath waits on deck. He is 2 for 4 with a home run to his name tonight. Full count pitch to the Braves' third baseman. O'Halloran gets a sign he likes from the wind. He kicks and fires. Up and away, it's ball 4, and the Braves do get Bryce Eblin on for his 4th time tonight. He was 6 for 7 getting on base when the Braves played here last Saturday. He is 4 for 5 getting on base tonight, and the Braves have one of the fastest guys in the lineup on first for Mac Horvath.
And Horvath gets to face a lefty now, which of course will have the advantage with, of course, being a right-handed hitter. Already left the yard once tonight. Let's see if he can sting one into the gap right here.
Swings at the first pitch and pops it up foul right over our heads as we're nestled between the press box behind home plate and the Braves' first base dugout. Horvath has already crushed his 3rd home run of the season for the Braves tonight. That was a shot the opposite way, which put the Bravos up at the time 6-0 in the 3rd inning. The 0-1. Slider catches the knees for strike 2.
That was really sharp right there. One of the better ones we've seen. so far. Again, it's mostly been heaters, which has a lot of life on it.
O'Halloran working with pace is 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on a nasty change-up, sinking down and away to the UNC outfielder. So O'Halloran works around the 2-out walk, and we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Still 8-1 Braves in the Bourne Braves Radio Network. Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand, it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 today, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
Scott Landers is the new man in charge in Bourne. The new Braves field manager is in his first year at the helm at the Bravos and brings with him an exciting staff that includes World Series champion Jared Saltalamacchia. It's an exciting new regime of Bourne Braves baseball, and it's a team you're going to want to see for yourself. Go to bournebraves.org for the full schedule.
Tomahawk Talk is the official pregame and postgame analysis of the Bourne Braves. Hosted by the Bravos broadcast team, Tomahawk Talk provides pregame insights on game day on what Braves fans can expect to see that night. And after the game, the crew breaks down the matchup that was and looks ahead to what to expect tomorrow. It's Tomahawk Talk, and you can find it on game days on the Braves YouTube site, as well as at Bourne Braves on Twitter.
Time to go back to the park. This is Bourne Braves baseball.
Braves 6 outs away from grabbing a dominant win here in McKeon Park in Hyannis. The Bravos lead it 8-1 as we play in the home half of the 8th inning. And after 2 really solid pitching performances already tonight, including 5 2/3 no-hit innings from the starter in Cade Boxrucker, and 4 up, 4 down from Matt Duffy in his Braves debut. Scott Landers goes back to the bullpen, and here is Cameron Bai, who's looked really sharp for the Bravos now in his 7th appearance of the season.
And he has been really, really good. 1.22 ERA through 14 2/3 of an inning's work. Opponent's just hitting .245. His last outing was his toughest. That was against YD back earlier this week. 2 runs through 3 innings. 4 runs in total. 2 of them are earned, I should say. First couple of runs he's given up this entire year.
He'll face the bottom third of the Hyannis order. His first pitch to Christian Moore is fouled off over the Braves dugout on the first base side. Moore on the night, 0 for 2. He was up with the bases loaded and nobody out when he hit a line drive right at the Braves second baseman Matt Shaw. That turned into a double play when he flipped it to Peck covering second, and Boxrucker was able to get out of that frame unscathed. The 0-1. Fouled away off the end of the bat, off the light tower above the Braves dugout. So light tower, foul ball power from Christian Moore. The count goes to 0-2.
Either way, my ears are still ringing. So.
By looking for a good start to his outing tonight ahead of the Tennessee infielder 0-2. From the belt, he kicks and deals. Fouled away once again to the right side. This one off the hands, and guess what? He gets the light pole down the line. So he's hit back-to-back light poles on back-to-back pitches. He could not do that if he tried, and he probably will never do it again.
Now he's looking for straightaway right field after that one.
That would hurt the Braves because that light pole is over the fence. Here's the 0-2. Down and away for ball 1. Even throwing a baseball from home plate, it would be hard to hit those 2 light poles on back-to-back tosses.
Should try after the game.
I don't know if my arm's ready for that.
Mac Friday says he's got it, but
all right,
I
you
mean,
two
he
can
bailed
duke it
out
out
on the dance competition.
Here's
so.
the 1-2. In the dirt, a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cameron By looks sharp, adding to the line of Braves pitchers who have just dominated what was a red-hot Hyannis lineup coming into the game tonight. And one is gone to begin the 8th.
And some more draft news. Kevin Parada, who former Chatham Angler this year and last year, was just taken by the New York Mets. So that a fun one right there with the Cape connection. Good night in Chatham. If you're Tom Holliday, one your grandson, and now former one of your catchers as well.
Parada, the first 2022 Cape Leaguer to get selected, but the third Cape alum gone tonight. Matulia swings at the first pitch, breaks his bat, hits a looping ball into short left field, but twisting around over his right shoulder, John Peck makes the catch, saving what would have been a weakly hit broken bat single.
And that barrel of the bat went flying right there towards Cameron By, who was turned towards the shortstop side looking at Peck, who was trying to make the play on this ball. Almost a scary moment as that barrel was torpedoing towards his ankle area, luckily enough about 5 feet towards his left.
Barrel went flying, and the bat does not die a hero. It dies a pop-out victim as 2 are gone here on the bottom of the 8th. The Braves up by a touchdown, 8-1, with just 4 outs left to go to grab a win here on the road in Hyannis and remain undefeated at this ballpark on the year. The batter is Roku Nishida, who watched a first pitch changeup miss down and away for ball 1. Nishida on the night, 1 for 2 with that chop single he hit back in the 6th inning. And this guy, like no one else in this league, can really run. And now is it a good hitter's count as the 1-0 misses down and in. It goes to 2-0.
And I've heard the stories about Nishida's pre-pitch setup, if that's what you want to call it, and we haven't really gotten to see too much of it, just 2 at-bats against the Braves this year, but I love it. I think it's fantastic.
He walks around the batter's box, climbs back in, scrapes the dirt with the top of his bat, and now chokes up and gets settled, the 2-0. Down and in, and it hit him on the shin. Luckily, his front foot has that shin pad on it, but you're still going to feel it as Nishida is crouched down in the batter's box. And if anyone on this Hyannis team, Nishida needs his legs the most, the Cape leader in steals, who swiped already his 20th bag of the season tonight. Looks like he's going to be okay, but here comes the Hyannis trainer to check out the Harbor Hawk second baseman.
And you got to hope he's okay. That would be a huge loss for Hyannis, even if he's out for just a couple of games. He's on both feet, and he's walking down to first base, so that's the good news.
The Cape's leader in steals, slowly limping down to first. If you're Hyannis, you got to hope one of your 7 All-Stars is okay. Because now we need some assistance from the first base coach to get to the first base bag. But that's the spark plug in the heartbeat of this Hyannis team. And you got to hope he is not going to be seriously impacted by that hit by pitch down and in. He's still shaking it off as he's slowly walking behind the first base bag, trying to regroup himself and get settled in. Nishida, a guy who has a really good story, went to the same high school as big league pitcher Yu Darvish from Japan. This season transferring from junior college to the University of Oregon, so getting a taste to play big-time Division I baseball in the upcoming spring. Has put together a pretty good Cape season, batting average right around 270. And like I mentioned, the leader with 20 stolen bases on the island this summer.
And he has been really good at home. Continues to swing it well here at McKeon, now 11 for 34.
It looks like he's going to be okay as Mitch Jebb climbs in and buys you to test him right away as he throws over. And Nishida's back in without a slide. So Jebb tonight, 1 for 3. Single with a couple of stolen bases on his ledger, his 16th and 17th on the year. Watch the first pitch breaking ball down to the dirt, and Nishida is not okay because that one trickled about 8 feet away from Tomas Frick, and Nishida didn't even think about going to second base. Something he wouldn't have had to think twice about if he was feeling at normal health, because we talked about it. It looks like this guy's got ants in his pants every time he's standing on first base. Pitch to Jebb, hit off the hands right to the second baseman, Shaw, who picks it up and takes it to the second base bag himself. Nishida didn't even get close to the base. He just hooked in the middle of the base path a complete left towards the Hyannis dugout as that ends the frame here in the 8th inning. The Bravos look for some more insurance, and it's Matt Shaw cycle watch when we come back. The Braves shortstop is just a double away from the first Cape League cycle in 11 seasons. He's due to lead off the inning when we come back. Braves up 8-1 on the Born Braves Radio Network.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Born Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bornbraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Born Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bornbraves.org.
Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Born Braves, and that is at the Born Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Born Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Born Braves. What's better than a summer night? A summer night with the Born Braves.
8-1, the Braves lead it as we play in the top half of the 9th inning. And if you've stuck around this long, this might be the reason why. Matt Shaw will lead off this inning, just a double shy of the cycle. The Braves have led from wire to wire tonight after 4 first-inning runs. Never looked back, allowing just 2 hits as a combined pitching staff to this point, against a Hyannis offense that came into tonight with 24 runs over its past 2 games. And the Hawks go back to the bullpen for the 4th time. Chase Centella, the Florida right-hander.
This will be his second outing of the year in the 15-1 win against Wareham a couple of nights ago. Went 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout against the 5 batters he faced.
So here is the man of the hour, Matt Shaw, who punched out in his first at-bat, since has homered, singled, and tripled. The first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Shaw on the season with 8 doubles on the year, but number 9 would be quite the story. Here in the 9th inning, the pitch. Down and away, it's gone to 1-1. Hyannis taking out Roku Nishida, and Jordy Allard is the second baseman now for Hyannis, a guy we've seen pitch only against the Braves this year.
And did not play any defense besides pitching at school this year as well.
1-1 to Shaw, is hit into the right center field gap. If it gets down, it could do it. It one-hops the wall. Shaw goes into second, and he is in there with the feet-first slide. Matt Shaw has hit the first cycle in the Cape Cod Baseball League in 11 years. Just another record in the Braves' book this season. What can't Matt Shaw do? You can't say many things.
From pen, number 13.
Gets the All-Star bid earlier today. What do you know? I'll just come out here and hit a cycle as he continues to hit it out towards his power alley in right center field. I mean, it's just fitting that he bangs one off the wall right there. Almost got over the wall right there.
Not sure how many Cape League records Richie Schaefer holds, but you can cross his name out of the last Cape Leaguer to hit for the cycle. Schaefer ended up being a major leaguer, and Matt Shaw tonight. 4 for 5, the cycle, here in Hyannis, as the Braves lead it 8-1 in the 9th. First pitch to Wyatt Hensler, who's pinch hitting for Evan Slight, is down and away. Just something about this ballpark is magical for the Braves. An 11-run 9th inning, That was the most runs in an inning dating back greater than 13 seasons. And tonight, Matt Shaw, after striking out in his first at-bat, has hit the first cycle in the Cape in 11 seasons. The 1-0. This is hit high and deep to center field, but playable for McConnell. He's over to his right, makes the catch. Shaw still tagging up because why not? He moves from second to third with a feet for a slide. And the Braves up 8-1, now have a runner 90 feet away with 1 out in the 9th inning.
And up by 7, up by 10, up by 12, he's not going to ever take that foot off the gas pedal. Again, he plays harder than anyone in this league. And if there was one guy to do it this year, it had to be Matt Shaw. Again, the league-leading hitter. Ever since he set foot in Orleans in his Braves debut, he has been a playmaker for this Braves team and this organization. And he continues to show us why he's one of the most valuable players in this league, if not the most valuable.
He knew he had 1 at-bat to hit a double, and he hit it into the right center field gap, going the opposite way, which is just poetry. That is what Matt Shaw loves to do as the Braves go back to the bench. Here is Josh Moylan pinch hitting for Chris Brito. 8-1, the Braves lead it here in the 9th. Off the end of the bat, right back to the pitcher who looks back Shaw to third and throws out Moylan at first. Good reflexes that time as 2 are gone and Carson Jones slides to home plate.
Braves probably disappointed that they're not coming back here to McKeon Park, at least in the regular season. There's without a doubt a good chance that these two could match up in the playoffs, assuming things continue to trend in the direction that they are.
The Braves with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in the run column. They kick 2 PATs in the hit column. 8 runs on 14 hits all over Hyannis tonight. The batter is Carson Jones for his 5th at-bat. Looking for his first hit this evening, does have an RBI and a ground out to second base in the 7th. That was the first pitch back to the screen as the Bravos look to add on to their 7-run lead here in the 9th. The 0-1. Down and away for ball 1. Jones just saw his college teammate get drafted in the first round of the Major League Baseball draft. As he swings and misses at this pitch down and away. Cross, Gavin Cross that is, for Brewster a summer ago, a Virginia Tech Hokie. Gone in the first round tonight. And Jones, his college teammate, looks for his first hit in Hyannis tonight. Does hit with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Matt Shaw at third base. Braves up 8-1 with 2 outs in the frame. The pitch off the hands, fouled gently over the screen and over the press box. And the count will remain 1-2.
Couple of really big swings here for Jones, even with 2 strikes right now. And we mentioned he's got a ton of pop, like tower-type pop. He's put that on full display last Saturday when these two teams met here.
Hit one over the scoreboard, which not many people do here in Hyannis. The 1-2. Down and in, 2-2. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Hyannis will have 2, 3, 4 to bat in the order, but they're in a deep hole. Right now it's at 7. The Braves looking to make it 8 with Matt Shaw standing at third base and 2 outs here on the top of the 9th. Now the count has gone full after a fastball whistles outside the zone. It goes to 3-2. Braves scored 4 in the first. Had solo home runs in both the 3rd and the 5th, and then a 2-run 7th to get their 8 runs. Hyannis with just 1 run on 2 hits. That came back in the 6th. Jones chokes up the 3-2. Spoiled away. He just got a piece of that one back to the screen. He'll see another full count offering.
And Santala just doing everything he can to get out of this inning unscathed right here. This just his 2nd outing of the summer so far. Arrived to this team just earlier this week. And again, you're going through murderer's row here, even with a couple of pinch hitters here in Hensler and Moylan. But a strike away from getting out of this frame unscathed.
The 3-2. Tap to the right side, a chance for Allard, the pitcher, playing second base, and he makes a smooth 4-3 putout. Because why not? As the Braves are 3 outs away from a dominant win here in McKeon Park in Hyannis. Matt Shaw has done it. A cycle at McKeon Park tonight. The Braves are continuing to put up records in this yard, and they lead it 8-1, 3 outs away from another convincing win against a conference opponent.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you're away from Doran Park by visiting our website at bornbraves.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be kept up to date all year long with the Braves.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
A night at the ballpark is one of the best ways to spend a summer evening with the family. With free admission to Doran Park and every field on the Cape, you can bring along the entire crew to experience a free night of fun at the park. Catch the best collegiate summer baseball league with the whole family all summer long, with tickets starting and ending at $0. To find the full Braves schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org.
Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Bourne Braves, and that is at the Bourne Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Bourne Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Bourne Braves.
Live baseball every night. It's another summer on Cape Cod.
Cade Grundy looks to put a bow on a Braves convincing victory here in Hyannis tonight on what has been another crazy game at McKeon Park. The Braves scored 4 runs in the first inning and really put the game away early. 4 runs in the first off 2 Hyannis errors. A solo home run in both the third and the fifth, 2 in the seventh, to Clara a 8-1 lead. But that's not when the fun stopped. Matt Shaw, after striking out his first at-bat, has hit for the cycle this evening, including a double into the right center field gap, to complete it when he knew he had 1 at-bat to do so, because that's just what Matt Shaw does. And now it's up to Cade Grundy out of the Braves bullpen to get the Bravos fans home early and home happy. He's got 3 outs to win this game for the Braves. His first pitch is in there to Sirota in his 4th at-bat of the night for the Harbor Hawks. 0 for 3 up to this point. Out of the line, Grundy deals. Slider that skips to the backstop for ball 1. And Max, you can talk about so many different parts of this game. Whether it was Cade Boxrucker, which this is going to continuously fly under the radar. The guy threw 5 no-hit innings tonight, was dominant. Braves scoring 4 runs on really sloppy defense from Hyannis in the first, as the 1-1 misses up and away for ball 2. Or Matt Shaw, just with another 4 for 5 night. I say another, which is crazy to say, as 2 4 for 5 evenings this season, but this one has hit for the cycle. Pitch comes up and it hits Sirota in the back. He's unhappy about it as he flips the bat back towards the Hyannis dugout. So the Harbor Hawks will get a base runner on here to start their 7-run comeback journey in the 9th inning.
Back to Shaw. He's not draft eligible this year, of course. Will more than likely go next year in 2023, but he's making a case for himself here in the night of the first round of the draft, saying, I know I'm not eligible, but look at me over here with this cycle. And, of course, he's one of the most humble guys on the team, probably the most humble, but incredible that he was able to put that together on a night like this. And then you have the 5 no-hit hittings from Boxrucker as well. Really well played overall on every facet tonight for the Braves.
Can't say the same about the Harbor Hawks as Komakana looks at ball 1. It said strike 1 across the plate. Hyannis shot themselves in the foot and putting themselves in a 4-run hole due to 2 pretty sloppy errors in the first inning. And have been playing catch-up ever since, but have only able to muster 2 hits against Braves pitching. This one's hit on the screws into right field, a base hit. Carson Jones will scoop it up out there. So a pretty good start to the 9th inning here for Hyannis, still in a 7-run hole, but with the 2 first batters in the frame on base. They're on first and second for here is George Corona, the catcher.
And you can't put this game behind you just yet. Remember, the Braves scored 11 in the 9th inning last week. It would be a tough hill to climb for the Harbor Hawks down by 7, but this is a team, remember that, pieced together 9 runs in total in the 4th and 5th innings yesterday against Orleans, and they've been swinging it really well. So Grundy's going to have to really figure things out here as we go forward, middle of the lineup coming up.
His first pitch to Corona is a breaking ball that bends at the belt. It's across home plate for strike 1. And not only have the Braves made history twice in back-to-back games at McKeon Park, they've done it in the same inning. The top of the 9th inning at this ballpark has just been a crazy frame. Braves with 11 runs in the last top of the 9th inning when they were here last weekend. And this top of the 9th, Matt Shaw hit for the cycle. I'm going to tell people I know where I was when Matt Shaw hit for the first Cape Cod League cycle in 11 years. He's at second base. His infield would love a double play ball as Hyannis has put the first 2 runners on base here to start the 9th. 7-1 Braves as the Bravos look to snap a quick 2-game losing skid and pick up 2 points on both Katuitt and Hyannis in the West Division standings. Grundy trying to close this game out, his 1-1 to Corona. Hit high but not very deep in his shallow left field. Eno started back, now coming on, and on a dead sprint makes a 2-handed letter-high catch for the first out of the 9th.
And sun continuing to set here, almost completely dark on the skies upon us, but that twilight still sneaking around just a little bit. And the left fielder, Enos, who, as we mentioned earlier, a primary infielder out in left field tonight, took a couple of steps back there and got a really late jump, but he's a good athlete, was able to run it down, trailing towards the infield.
Enos in his Braves debut tonight, 1 for 4 with a couple of hard hits, a single back in the 5th inning. A guy who played under Scott Landers for 4 years at SUNY Oswego, making his debut tonight in a Braves uniform. So 2 men remain on, 1 out. Here is Dominic Patelli, the shortstop, who watches a breaking ball in there at the knees for strike 1. Patelli, one of 7 Hyannis All-Stars. He's 0 for 2 on the night with a walk back in the 2nd. The 0-1. Below the zone. The count will go to 1-1. So not only are the Braves blowing out a West Division opponent tonight, they're doing it against a Hyannis team that coming into play tonight was playing really good ball. 4-1-1 coming into the game, outscoring opponents by a combined score of 24-2 over their previous 2 matchups. But they have run into a Braves offense that loves to hit at the ballpark. Grundy's 1-1. Swung on and hit pretty deep into right center field. Jones is ranging over, so is Horvath. They look at each other, and it's the center fielder that makes the one-handed catch on the warning track, but not without sweating a little bit as he makes the grab, and 2 are gone, and the Harbor Hawks are down to their final out.
And for the Braves, this is a perfect time to get going because their next 6 games are going to be all against Western opponents here. 3 against Wareham, of course, as we alluded to earlier on the broadcast. So they're going to have to be getting those bats swinging once again like we saw late last week, and after a couple of tough games with the sticks over the last 3-4 days. Really good sign here that they were able to put up 8 runs on 14 hits tonight and really doing a good job of executing with runners in scoring position as well.
On the other side, Hyannis with just 1 run on 3 hits and are down to their final out. And wouldn't you know it, it is Brennan Cumming who looks at a first pitch breaking ball in there for a strike. Cumming, a Brave for a couple of games to begin this season, has a home run for the Braves on the year, also has a home run for Hyannis. One of just a few guys around the Cape who could say he homered for 2 teams in the same summer. Wearing the number 13 for the Harbor Hawks as he bats with 2 away in the 9th. Hits this one on the hands, right to the shortstop in Peck. He makes a flip on the bounce and tosses it to, guess who? Matt Shaw, who makes the final putout at second base. Quite a win for the Bourne Braves tonight. They come to Hyannis, and they steamroll the Harbor Hawks 8-1, and the Braves improve to 14-12-6 on the season due to stellar pitching. 5 shutout frames by Cade Boxrucker, allowed 1 run on 2 hits in the 6th, but that was all. Hyannis gets just 3 hits. Matt Shaw gets 4 hits. Every variety you can think of. A single, a double, a triple, a homer. The cycle for the Braves All-Star. And the Braves have certainly earned the off day tomorrow. The first time the Braves will be off from baseball in about 2 weeks. 8-1 the final tonight here at McKeon Park in Max. There's just something about this yard that brings out the Braves' bests.
And hopefully can get things going for the next week or so here, because you have the day off tomorrow, but then you're getting into the final stretch run of the season, the final 12 games of the season. You'll have only 1 more day off in between that. 6 against the West, 4 more against the East, then 3 more against the West to finish up the campaign, where they are very tight now. They gained 2 games on Hyannis. They now sit 4 points behind them and get to it if they continue to lose tonight. They'll gain ground on them as well and will trail by 5 points. So really good stuff here, a really good bounce back after 2 games in the last 2 nights against Falmouth and Chatham that they absolutely know they should have won. The 3 errors against Falmouth in the first inning that led to that 1-run loss, and a 1-run loss yesterday where they can only muster 2 hits. Make up for it with 14 tonight and 8 runs. They love hitting in this ballpark, and hopefully that's the catalyst that can get them going for the back third of this season.
The Braves win at 8-1, and on a night where the Bravos had about a 20-minute team meeting before first pitch, we heard it was only baseball operations, but whatever was talked about in that dugout has definitely paid big dividends tonight as the Braves come to Hyannis and leave 0 doubt. 4 runs in the first and never check the rearview mirror as the Braves beat the Hyannis Harbor Hawks by 7 runs here tonight. 8-1 is our final score. For my partner Max Tanger, for our excellent producer Ben Spector, Ethan Frank manning the sidelines as always. The Braves get their 14th win of the season on a night where Matt Shaw gets the first cycle in 11 years on the Cape. 8-1 your score. We'll see you on Tuesday night back at Doran Park when the Braves open up a 4-game homestretch before the All-Star break. Should be a lot of fun back at Doran on Tuesday. I'm sure Bourne will still be buzzing about what they saw tonight in Hyannis. We'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of the night and your off day tomorrow.